Hey guys, Jay, welcome back to the channel. Well, tonight's the night, guys. Tonight is the night, the very last few hours for the Corsairs Pirate Action Figures. This is Tide Realms. This is freaking crazy, man. Like over the last week, things have literally exploded, and I am super excited. And you know what? I can't do this alone. Let's start bringing some people in because there's a lot of people to join in the party tonight, and I wouldn't have it any other way. This is absolutely crazy. First off, I want to bring my good friend Terrence, who really helped me to really understand what was going on with this crazy new Kickstarter. And man, him going around the country and just like showing this off to everybody, it really was an inspiration. So here he is, Terrence, the man himself. What's going on, Terrence?
How's it going, Jay?
It says Terrence and Gina. I don't see Gina.
She'll be here. She'll be here. She's doing some last minute things, but she'll be with us.
Decked out, bro! Holy crap! You got the whole attire. You got the freaking hat. You got the overcoat. Man,
I'm very much in the spirit of the season. You know what I mean?
Dressed for success, bro. This is crazy, right? But so man, over the last couple of days, we've not only hit our goal, but we've gone well above that. How are you feeling right now, Terrence?
I mean, I couldn't be more happy for Quaid and Abigail, for Four Horsemen Studios, for the team behind it, Bill, George, Chris, everybody that's been a part of this process. Ryan Prast, who's helped with a lot of the artwork that's been associated with the Kickstarter. I mean, there's a lot of people to thank along the way. I mean, you know, the organizers of the different events that we've been part of, Brett Barton as an example, at Toylanta, Joe Viteri at ToyCon New Jersey, Mike Zolo at ZoloCon. You know, these guys have given us an opportunity to go out there and show these prototypes and get in front of people. And I really think that's been a very big part of getting this out to a bigger, broader audience. And of course, folks like yourself who've helped get the word out online to your audiences, you know, because the wider we could get the word out, more people could see this. And I think there's been an appetite for pirates. I just think that it's just a matter of letting people know that they're available. So here we are. I mean, I know you've been looking forward to pirates, and I have. Yes. And I know a bunch of people that are going to join us. I know they're here because of their love of pirates. So,
well, you know what? Let's start bringing in first. Let's start with the man himself, the man who made this entire thing happen. The one with the dream, and of course the one who actually got this whole crazy idea started. And it always starts with one crazy dude. I mean, you know, we just had a crazy dude do a convention, you know what I mean? Like it's been pretty nuts. So guys, please help us welcome Quaid. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Doing all right. I'm doing well more than all right.
Congratulations, my friend. Like this is your first, right? You've never done a Kickstarter before with
No, this is the first time for just about every aspect of this project, which is why we put in so much research and hard work.
Excellent. How are you feeling right now? Like, what's it like? You know, getting you know, up and over the hump, and you know, just getting this thing funded. Like, what does it feel? How does it feel?
It's unreal, you know, as a creator when you do something like this. It's not just a business decision. It's something that you've put your heart and soul into, and it's something that with every single change and fluctuation of that funding goal, you know, it's tied to your heartstrings. So there's nights where you just don't sleep because of what you're looking at, and it doesn't matter what the emotion is, whether it's concern, fear, or just straight up excitement. I didn't sleep last night for the complete opposite reasons that I haven't slept for, you know, weeks prior. So it's surreal. It's something that I think is just starting to set in, just like the first 3 days, because that exploded the same way that it's doing this week. And I couldn't be more proud of the community and more thankful for the space to serve the way that we are.
Yeah, crazy. And you know what? It really is a great time for indie toys. Especially, you know, some things that haven't been seen in quite a while. I mean, I think the last time I saw any sort of like pirate toy was like a decade or so ago. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy. So
it's been since at least to my recollection, the last real stab was 2011 when NECA did some stuff for that fourth Pirates of the Caribbean. And after that, it's been kind of hit or miss for intermittent things and not very many things that weren't licensed for that same IP.
Right. So very, very encouraging to see that independent toys are really catching people's imagination, and that they have a place in the collectors' hearts.
They very much do.
So, congratulations again. It's still not over. We have a long way to go. We still got 3 hours, and we're gonna count it down. And we're hoping to not only hit 200,000, but way above that. That's our overall goal. But let's bring in some more people in the community. People who've really helped bring this to fruition. Bill Raleigh, what's going on, Bill?
How you doing?
One of the masterminds behind the design, the look, and the feel of this. How does it feel?
Not so much. That's all Quaid.
This can't be your first time in the rodeo, Bill. Like, what's it like getting another one under your belt? What are your thoughts?
This is actually one of the furthest along projects I've worked on with the Horsemen. I've been with them since September, and Quaid's passion has been amazing, and he's really driven this project home. And it's been a pleasure to work with him. We actually have a weekly. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 times a week, but we have a weekly where we talk the goods, the bads, the plan, the lack of a plan, everything in the journey. But it's all on Quaid. I mean, I'm just here helping manufacturing, and all the sculpting and everything got done before I jumped on the team and started helping out. But I'm kind of the guy that's helping him with manufacturing with the factories and stuff right now, and we're making sure we're going to get him exactly what he's looking for and what the fans are all hoping to get out of it, and we're going to make everybody happy.
Yeah, these debuted at Legion's Con last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
really made a big splash. A lot of people were very interested in the designs, the look.
I see what you did there, Jake.
Sorry, what was that?
I see what you did there, Jake.
Oh, did you see what I did? Was it that obvious? Okay. Big splash. But this is a lot of independent projects have launched from Legion's Con. How important was it for you, Quaid, to debut them at one of the premier independent toy creators conventions?
It was a top priority. It was something that we made an equal amount of sacrifices to make sure that we were at that convention, just like we did to make the prototypes exist in the first place. It's a long journey between here and Wyoming, where we're currently based. That's not a forever thing, but that's certainly where we're working at it right now. And it's a 3-hour drive from where we're at just to a basic airport. So it's a lot of planning and a lot of financial commitment to making sure that happened, but it seemed essential to make sure that fan base was able to see these prototypes in person relatively quickly. They had only been available online for viewing for a couple months prior to that. So that really was the first introduction to everybody's getting familiarized with Tide Realm Corsairs. In fact, even a month prior to that, it had been functioning under a slightly different title for the toy line, and we finally locked in exactly what we were moving forward with. So Legion's Con was a big deal, and exactly when I got to meet my awesome production manager for the first time, who I jumped up and down practically out of my pants because of all his wonderful pedigree history on the Transformer brand. And it's just really wonderful to meet all these folks that have functioned within an industry that have served me for so long. The amount of things that are sitting around me that so many folks I've admired have put their hands to. It's an honor. It's awe-inspiring to be able to be.
I was going to mention later on. I was like, yeah, you don't like. I don't understand where the pirates came from. You're like Transformers all over your room.
It's all over the place. Yeah.
My God. I look for any action figure outside of Transformers, right? I'm like barely.
You get some Legions up here, and
then but that's the problem. They're on the second shelf. They're on the fourth shelf.
Yeah, I'm trying to see which ones I designed. I can't really. I think I did the movie line over there.
Right. There's all kinds. There's all kinds.
So. But beautiful. This is all about the collectors. This is all about the community. So great stuff. Let's bring in the rest of our crew here. People who supported this project from the very beginning. A lot of people are very, very excited about this. Ed from Action Figs, what's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
What's up, man? What's up?
Always good to see Ed. We got Brick Something in the house. What's going on, Brick?
Hey, excited to talk about some pirate toys by Tide Realm Corsairs.
And of course, last but not least, one of the best photographers in the industry, the man who's actually winning so many prizes, but always doesn't know how to appreciate himself. No, I'm just kidding. The good old Emerald Knight himself, the Green Lantern. There he is. There is Emerald Knight Photo. What's going on, John?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Good to see you.
Ready for some pirates, just like Brick said, man. It's like now that we're fully back, Quaid. Yeah, we need the pirates now. I wanted next
shipping
day,
notice? That's what John
next
wants.
day shipping. Yeah, I want the shipping notice.
I think you just gave Bill a heart attack, but shit,
Yep.
yes.
We're gonna have to get into some piracy of our own for that one.
Goes backwards in his chair, legs go in the air.
Well, you know what? On that note, let's see how we're doing, boys. Right now, the last time I checked, it was 196,000 plus. Let's see where we are at this point. We are at there it went up $197,764
Nice.
and it well surpassed this $155,000 goal. We are aiming for 200 plus tonight. And you know what? Someone just reminded me, it was the Mythic Dolphin, that we should be actually looking for 230,000, which of course we want to unlock as many new features and new figures as possible. So yeah, let's do it, guys. Let's get that number up as high as we can. I'm confident that we will hit 200,000, but you know we can't do it without your help. It's very important, and thanks to everybody who's making this dream possible. This is definitely a labor of love, something that a lot of people. I haven't seen, as I mentioned earlier, I haven't seen a Pirates line in a long time. I always wanted and dreamed for a really cool Peter Pan of the Pirates. You know what I mean? Like I always wanted a really cool set of that. Like that was always, you know, Long Tom and all those guys. You know, the freaking cannons, the ships, right? Jolly Roger. You know, I wanted to see all that stuff. Now. I guess I'll be the guy to ask, and you know, the elephant in the room, Quaid, and I guess Bill. What would it take now for us to get a freaking pirate ship? Like, you know, like I don't want a dinghy. I don't want a dinghy. You know, I want a freaking dragon, man. I want Bethir. I want to go big or go home, man. Like seriously, what would it take? You know, we got through this milestone now. What would it take to get a freaking pirate ship? Like,
well, let's see. I think Hasbro would have to sell us all of their stock, and then each and every one of you would have to rent out a parking lot, and then we can talk. You know,
hey man, where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, you know,
you guys want the $1 million stretch goal? There you go.
Well, I think the start. I mean, because this is Quaid's first Kickstarter, it's the first, and being able to meet the goal here is going to help get those molds paid for, and once he's got that, then it can literally jumpstart his business, and who knows where the second Kickstarter could go. I mean, all these ideas that everybody's been coming up with are fantastic. I know Quaid's been taking notes, I've been taking notes, and you know, a pirate ship, maybe even like a builder ship could be something in the future. Taking a page out of like Marvel Legends. I mean,
there's some options you could explore.
Quaid looks at and tells me what he wants. So.
There's a notebook about this big with all the right aspirations.
Here. It's like my Grail book.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, if all it takes is running out of parking lot, I'm good. We're good.
Oh, perfect. Well, realistically, though, one of the first things we would love to touch on is something like a rowboat. That would be a sizable piece, period, but it would be extremely manageable depending on how you released it.
Well, I mean, you say that, right? But and I don't want to, you know, muddy the waters here, but you know, over at Toylanta, where you know, myself, Terrence, and a whole bunch of us were at, you know, we saw, I guess it was the bow of a ship. You know what I mean? Like Odd Frog Entertainment, you know, good friends of ours at Multuniverse, they literally like 3D printed the whole bow of the ship. It wasn't. Bow's the front, right? He says, "What's the stern or bow? Like which one is it?" Like, wait, help me out here. Like, you know, don't hit me over the head. I got it, right? That's the bow, right? Like, geez Louise, I can never like what the heck is like, you know, starboard and what the heck?
What's the bowsprit? Who knows what that is?
I have no idea what I'm talking about. Does anybody know what starboard is? Somebody raise their hands if they know what starboard is. Not Quaid. I already know Quaid knows what starboard is. See, nobody's raising their hands. Like, Quaid, tell us what starboard is. Is that left or right? That's left. Okay, so what's the other one? There's starboard and then there's aft. Is that
port, which is right?
Port. See, the way you think about it is you drink your port with your right hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's how I get it.
Irishman knows exactly what that's about.
Yeah. So pirates are all about the drinking, right? So they're all about the rum and the. nautical terms here. What the hell is going on?
What's Jay been drinking already?
I'm high on this. I'm high on this this campaign. I want this to go as far as we can. That's what I want. So every time you know what, we should do that. We should every time we hit another 10, 10,000, we should all grab a drink or something.
Grab another thing of rum. That is why the rum is gone.
All right, so 197,819. It went up a tiny little bit while we were talking, but we have a long way to go. I'm really excited about this, but no, I'm really serious about the idea. I love the idea as well about a build a ship. I think that would be really cool. Build a bow. You know what I mean? Like that'd be kind of neat, right? So obviously they're like it definitely can happen. But what is there a world? Let me ask you, Bill. Let me ask you. Is there? Let me ask anybody. Is there a world where we would kickstart like 3D files? I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if you can support 3D prints.
Oh yeah.
Print out your own book.
Done.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is that maybe a possibility or something?
Yeah, I think that would definitely be something one could explore because that would be a much more manageable way of, you'd have to reverse engineer it kind of like. It wouldn't be a one-for-one comparison, but I would compare the process of making something like that to a Lego set. I've said for a long, long time that the most important structure of a product like that is the people that go in and create the instructions, not the guys that put the model together. If you couldn't put it together like a logical human being, it wouldn't matter how cool the thing was. So you'd have to have a sustainable set of instructions. You'd have to have probably replacement parts on hand. You'd have to think of a lot of things and anticipatory of people doing that hands-on process themselves. Would be a very different type of product, but I think that would be a much more manageable way of touching on something like that rather than trying to put out what could be $1,000, $2,000 thing through you'd never get it to retail for one. And it would be an even more difficult process than something like Bayethier, which practically broke the mold, so to speak. So I think 3D files would be.
I see what you did. I see what you did there. Quick.
There's numerous ways to explore that, and I think that would be a fantastic one.
I think that where there's a will, there's a way, and this community has a way of finding it willing its way to existence. So this is pretty crazy. John, are you chomping at the bit to get these things photographed? Like, what are your thoughts about the way this is looking?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait. It's like I can't wait to get it in my hands. I'm so excited. I mean, pirates have always been, just like military GI Joe fantasy with He-Man. I mean, pirates is one thing that's like, I've always make believe played with as a kid, and it's like we didn't really have that as figures growing up. At least I never did, and so it was always kind of like that was something that I myself would make believe and play with, but it's like I always wanted like figures. Peter Pan, just like I said, like the Fox Kids, show growing up, that was always kind of fun. Hook came out. Hook, I was like the McDonald's toys, the actual action figures. Was it Kenner that came out with them? I mean, it's like I just gobbled them up because it was just like I it's like anything pirates related. I wanted it. Legos, I never really got into Legos too much except for the pirate theme ones, and so it was like it's always been kind of. It was like that was it's always been there on the back burner. It's like now we have our pirate figures, and so I'm so excited. So can't wait.
Yeah, Brick, you've been touring the scene much like Terrence has. What are your thoughts about the overall independent scene for toys? I mean, we freaking set aside an entire area for you at Motuniverse. I mean, you guys were over like half our freaking area.
So what Mega J is not telling you is that I basically bullied him to make sure that there were some great indie toy companies at Motuniverse. Now, because I guess to tie it together, Motu was like it's at the DNA, right? Like so much of what Motu unleashed upon toy fans was stuff that really wasn't new. Like it goes back to like Frazetta and things like Elric from the 60s. Yeah. And I will say, just to go back to the pirate thing, I mean, that's been around for a long time. A lot of like what we even think about as pirates aren't like necessarily historically accurate. They're kind of from like a particular piece of fiction. But when we fast forward to like indie toys, I love that there is so much of the language of Masters of the Universe in this stuff. And when I look at the Tide Realm Corsairs, giving us pirates, but like skeleton pirates and Cthulhu, tentacly, like whatever, octopus headed pirates, as well as your typical like swashbuckling human ready to go, but with laser light up eyes, like real cool fantasy elements. That's so like, yes, that's the language that I grew up with when it comes to Masters of the Universe. It's pirates, but there's a little bit of wizards and sorcery and undead happening, and I absolutely love it. Like, I'm also the fact that it's being handled through Four Horsemen. Like, come on now, talk about again some Motu lineage. They helped really truly keep that IP fresh and in people's minds with 2000X and then Motu Classics, and to now think that they're helping folks like Quaid and Abigail, like they're helping them achieve their vision in toys. It's super exciting. So to me, Pirates in toys, period, absolutely works. Pirates in independent toys in 2026 is like a no-brainer. It's been too long, and I'm really glad that this line is happening. When I first was able to sit down with Quaid and then later with Abby about their ideas, and just hearing him talk about like, oh, this is how we started. Let me show you all these sketches that I had on all these random scraps of paper. And I have like a Bible of lore. I'm just like, there's a vision there. There's a passion for this thing that I was sold, just like super excited. I could imagine like what these toys look like. Then you've got him working with Cornboy and Bill and the Four Horsemen. It's just like, it's crazy exciting to think that we're going to get toys worked through the Four Horsemen, through this awesome mind of these two young people doing pirates. It's great. So I don't know. It's a no-brainer to me, and I'm really excited. I'm sitting here, and I said this earlier before we started, but because now things have unlocked that I wanted. I'm going back and adjusting my little backer thing here. And I agree that we need to get all the way. We need to get all the way because there's still some things I want, people. And I selfishly need you all to open your wallets. No, just we need to push this thing as far as possible because there's some great things on offer, and I can't wait for them. So, yes, Indie Toys, Pirates, Tide Realm Corsairs, it's going to be done. All the things that Jay was sort of eagerly asking about, ships and stuff, it's coming, whether it's through these guys, whether it's through some of the awesome folks doing pirate stuff, like the amazing dio makers. Like, we are just in a time where we have so many great little like things in play. We've got a great community, great creativity, an infrastructure to talk about it, right? The future is looking great for toys and pirate toys. So Tide Realm Corsairs is the first shot across the bow. Is that kind of piratey sounding? Maybe.
That's good.
Okay, good. Thank you. Got one. I'm done.
We're gonna hear a lot of pirate puns tonight. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be
for sure.
You're freaking awesome.
But anyway, yar. That's my answer. Yar.
That's my answer for everything now.
Ed, how are you feeling about this line? I mean, like it's
I am super excited. You know, first of all, as an old dude, I really yes, Brick, as an old dude, I appreciate the fact that a young guy like Quaid is all into pirates. That's really cool. You know, I started out loving pirates back when Blackbeard and Treasure Planet back in the 70s, you know, Disney's was on. And then I couldn't tell you how many times my son and I watched Muppet Treasure Island, which was one of the best, you know, pirate movies ever made.
Right. You don't have pirates without Tim Curry.
Yeah, exactly. And so, you know, I've always loved the pirate thing. Pirates of Dark Waters was one of my favorite cartoons when I was a young guy. You know, it's just all that stuff. And then, like, to echo what Brick was saying, just the fact that these are like really pirate-esque, but also have that touch of fantasy and a little bit more of kind of what they built into the you know, Pirates of the Caribbean thing when they started bringing in Davy Jones and all these guys. Right there, it's not just straight up pirates. It gives a little bit more to the fantasy base of it, which, you know, opens up a lot of possibilities for, you know, everything really. At that point in time, you could have skeletons and ghosts and all sorts of crazy stuff. And as John said, you know, I can't wait to just start photographing these things. I've already started figuring out how I'm going to build a pirate ship myself. So
see, like I said, where there's a will, there's a way. So, you know, what's that, John?
Oh, right here.
Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Holy crap.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Jones already had got a head start on all of us. My goodness.
Yep.
Please. That's actually,
So-
that's just a beautiful start. Like,
So,
you know,
John, how quick did you open up Instagram to tell me that you had that when that came in?
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
As soon as it came in.
Yeah.
Did you pick that
No.
yourself or okay.
No. It's a buddy of mine, Eric Bryson, Faded Hammer. He's does 3D printing, and yeah, he painted it. I mean, made it. I mean, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, he's met him at Legion's Con last year, and yeah, he's been pretty much like my dial maker, except for the last year or so. Been putting him to work. He's actually making me also the third wall on Castle Grayskull Classics.
Oh,
So,
my God, I love that.
Yeah, but yeah, he made me this
Guys-
pirate ship because I knew the pirates were coming. So, yeah,
I saw you got your Grayskull Grail, which I think all of us, are so happy for. Like that, it's just
That's
beautiful.
so
cool.
Something you
Yeah.
something you just can't replace. I wanted to get to Terrence, but I did want to say, guys, thank you so much. We've just crossed over 199,000.
nice.
Wait, refresh.
199,000. We
There
are
you go.
so close. We're a little under $1,000 away for hitting our goal of 200,000 for tonight. But we want to get higher than that, guys. We want to get all the way up to 135 and maybe even 150. Who knows? Maybe even 300,000. Dear God, what a time that would be. Thanks to the 780 backers who have already pledged their support. We got 2 hours to go, guys. Plenty of time to get us all the way up to 230,000. I'm pretty sure we can make it. We can totally make it. But seriously, thank you guys for all the support. We're going to keep monitoring this because we are now really, really close to that 200,000, 200K. Wow, just absolutely bonkers. Just wow, just nuts. And let's take it back to the only guy who's actually dressed as a pirate tonight. I mean, like seriously, he's come prepared. Unlike the rest of us, we're all like, in our civvies here. We're not.
Some of us
actually,
are sleep deprived, and the rest of us are just too
I know,
excited to get clothes on at all.
Oh, Bill's getting rent there. He's got his. Not quite, but we'll take it.
Not really.
Terrence, what's it been like touring across the country and really pushing people to understand what this is and really convincing us toy tubers to even cover this thing? Like, what's it been like? You're on mute, buddy.
He's
Sorry.
a new pirate.
Hey, there she is. There's
Sorry,
the dynamic
perfect.
too. It's okay. Better late than never.
So, to answer your question, it's been great. I mean, we've been going around the country. We started off at ZoloCon in Philadelphia. We then moved on to ToyCon Toylanta first down in Georgia. We did ToyCon New Jersey up in Morristown, and then we were just recently at IshCon. So I mean, and there they were celebrating Year of the Pirate. When you have a chance, Jay, I actually just sent you some stuff in your DMs that kind of carries out the point about what about ships in the future, But the idea being that we've seen a lot of love for pirates. We've had a lot of people that were aware of the campaign because of how much that myself and Quaid have been putting out information about it. But also people who were seeing it for the first time, or people who had seen the the Instagram and social media posts, but wanted to see it in person to see if these pirates really looked as good as they did online. And in most cases, they said that the photos didn't do them justice. They were very impressed by the paintwork by Eric Miller and Sherry Cook. I mean, these figures. I mean, I'm going to be killing it by saying, Four Horsemen Studios. I mean, they do incredible sculpted work. You're not going to be disappointed by the sculpts in these. I mean, every detail is just incredible, and we've also been going over a lot of the points. Quaid has watched me, tirelessly tell people about how these coats are not going to get in the way. They're flexible, that they are not traffic cones. So it's been a lot of fun. We've shown them the Jacob Marley coat from Figure Obscured as an example. So I've always had that on hand at shows to demonstrate. It's been really great. We've picked up a lot of fans, a lot of folks who, I think one of the more amusing things is that people think I am Quaid, and I try to explain I am not Quaid. I was reading a post today thanking, Quaid and Abigail for the conversation they had at ToyCon New Jersey with them.
Yeah.
It's, but that's, we really have wanted to go out there and make sure that this line got the exposure it deserved. And I think, the more and more people who got on board, there it goes again, really helped us, raise the tide, raise the flag to make sure that people knew that this was out there. And I think that the results tonight are showing that. I think that, it's important to mention if people are out there and they haven't, gone to Kickstarter yet, that we do not currently know whether or not we will get this to retail. I mean, it would be lovely if that eventually happens, but this may be, in fact, the only opportunity to get this to collectors. Hopefully, even if you can't go in on a full all-in, getting in on a single figure at least, or, the figures that you really want, at least will get you access to the backer kit. And this way, you'll have that opportunity. There are a few figures. Right now, the only figure, Brine Jaw, is a Kickstarter exclusive. However, if we do get to that 230 mark, there are two pretty incredible characters that we should show at some point. But
I think as you're talking, Terrence, I think we just got an all-in because we just shot up all the way to 199,534. So thank you, angel investors, whoever you are. Thank you so much. And let's keep it going, guys. Now we're only literally under $500 to our $200,000 goal. Sorry to cut you off there, Terrence. I thought that was a really cool thing to see. I thought it was
Jay, how dare you? I'm talking. The numbers are going up as a result of me speaking.
Apologies, sir. I don't want to rock the plank today.
They're saying keep the dancing monkey dancing. You know what I mean? Like,
keep talking, Terrence. Bring in that money. Bring in that money.
I know, right?
I'm gonna shake my booty. Oh, there we go again. Anyway,
you gotta keep doing it. It's all the great, the puns, man. They just gotta keep coming. They gotta keep them coming in.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just been great. I mean, if you do get a chance, like I said, in regards to the ships and stuff like that, yes, there's a video I just sent over to Jay, but you have guys like Jason Rodriguez and Stefan Delator who really put out a lot of great 3D files out there, and as an example of like Jason the Demon Rodriguez, who's going to be doing Rise of the Fifth Sun, he did a dial that's going to be a part of his campaign that'll be a free download. 3D printing is something that wasn't really here 20 years ago, but now with the advent of how easy it is to get a 3D printer, something like an STL file puts it in the hands of collectors and says, hey, if you want this, go ahead and print it, or maybe have a friend print it, Yep. And, again, we know that we're not seeing the play sets we saw once upon a time in toy stores and stuff like that. And unless you do a HasLab or a Mattel Creations type thing, you're not really seeing those. But there are a lot of folks out there who are independent sculptors, like you said. There are also people like Jimmy Haravex, who was at IshCon, who has also done work for Grindhouse Toys and their World War Hell line. So, I mean, there's just so many incredible creators out there who deserve respect and deserve recognition. But Jimmy just did this incredible ship that was at IshCon, that you might get a chance to see a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that ship. I'm really excited. And of course, John's been building his own ship, so it looks really great.
Well, Eric Bryson, you can't beat Eric Bryson.
Absolutely. Hold on. I think Ed just mentioned it, and we have to take a look at it. Guys, thank you so much. Thanks to you guys. We have actually reached our goal for tonight.
Nice.
We're gonna upgrade that. $200,000, everybody! Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Excellent.
I was too slow.
I
was too slow. I was trying to push it over a little bit, but
Only took 30 minutes.
Right?
$200,124. Thank you guys for all the support. You guys are freaking awesome.
There's a couple more doll hairs coming
Keep it going. Oh, there it is. $200,000.
Nice. Keeps going up. Keeps going.
Keep going, guys. Keep going. Let's get to that $230,000.
And that's the thing is we've got those two really awesome figures that come out at $230. So if we can hit that, that'd be amazing.
That's what we're
those
hoping
figures
for, right?
are gorgeous.
Exactly. Jen is on the right path here. We are definitely aiming for that $230,000. It's possible, even in 2 hours. It is. We've seen it.
Absolutely.
We've seen it happen. We have definitely seen it happen. And celebrating this is always a great thing, and we are so happy for Corsairs, Tide Realms. But I did want to highlight another independent company and group who's doing their own Kickstarter really quickly, as I think that they could use a little bit of help. And I'm really excited about this line. I'm pretty sure all of you guys here have at least heard about this now. It's really making waves, and the creators are Such great people. We met them at the Motuniverse. I met them even before that. They came to Toylanta. They just got on a plane, and it was crazy. They literally just got on a plane and decided, hey, let's go to Toylanta. Guys, if you haven't already heard about it, Gum It Up Makers, which is an awesome new creation by just a host of wonderful creators who have come together for this. It's a cross between Master Universe, Muppets, My Pet Monster. I mean, it has so many different wonderful homages to it. And honestly, I can't speak enough about this line. I'm very, very excited about this. It's been put together by animators, comic book artists, dreamers. You know what I mean? And the whole premise behind it is just absolutely bonkers. And I just really wanted to let Esther and Danny, the two creators who really pushing this forward, to have a few words. Danny, Esther, how are you guys? I think you're on mute, guys. You're on mute, Danny. There we go. That's it.
Congratulations!
Yeah, we were
Thank
saying.
you for having me.
Yeah, I was saying all these great things. Yeah, congratulations.
The Ari Yagas, love it.
Yeah, we're like pirates. It's in our blood, man. Ari Yaga. Yeah.
For those of you guys who don't know, Danny actually, you can see him lots of hugging bear back there. Danny, talk to us about lots of.
Oh, that's so
really
cool.
quick.
Yeah, that was a character I worked on, and early in my career, I was on Toy Story 3. I was the character art director on that film. I'm an artist I was for Pixar. Now I'm for Disney, but I've always wanted to do something on my own. And
Nice.
you can kind of see some resemblance in the proportions of our characters ish. I love that chunkiness, you guys. And it's not. I know my stuff might lean a little bit more childish, but this is what I see as appealing in my eyes. And I guess so. I when I did this toy, it's like I just want to do something I love. And anyhow,
Toy Story 3 was one of my favorite films of all time. Like, that's informed pretty much my entire childhood. I walked out of that theater in tears, and Lots of Huggin' Bear is one of my favorite fictional villains ever. Like, that's just really, really cool to see.
He looks really great on the front of a garbage truck. I'm just saying.
He does.
I remember when he came home and actually that was one of his assignments. He was like, I have to put him in a garbage truck. And I was like, what's going to happen? I was like, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah, man, I did not want him to be evil either, guys. I was like,
yeah.
I remember telling the director, can he just hit the button at the end, but it doesn't, like, spoilers if anyone's never seen Toy Story 3, cover your ears. But like, he doesn't, he instead of running off, he hits the button, but the button doesn't work, and then he just takes off. Everyone thinks he's a coward, but when the claw comes to get him at the end, then he's in the control tower with the aliens, and he's the one helping to save them. And so that redeems Lotso. He's a good guy. Everyone loves Lotso. And I was afraid because, man, he's such a cool design that people aren't going to like him. And then he became evil, and then people still loved him. So I was like,
people love
an extremely compelling character.
Yeah.
Danny,
yeah.
he's Lotso's trending overseas in Korea. It's huge right now. There's an entire vinyl explosion happening with Lotso only. Check out the trend. Insane.
So you're like the creator of a David Hasselhoff in Germany. You know what I mean? Like, he's doing great.
I'm just a humble little guy trying to make some toys.
Danny, you speaking of humble, you kind of came on and you were you almost were apologizing for the proportions of your characters. And let me just say, you have nothing to apologize for. I think Jay said it really well.
They're so fun.
They're incredible, and they're really well designed. As you and I have had the conversation before, we need like this level of variety in toys, and so we've been talking about the independent toys, right? Within the independent toy scene, we also need an awesome variety of different types of stories, different types of characters, and this hits those like beautiful touchstones as Jay hit that list. You've got a great story. It's like super toyetic. It's super energetic. They're just fun. So folks definitely should check this out. I think Munchie would probably be able to kick it with, I don't know, say Death Moid. And I really want to see that in action. So Let's make it happen.
I think Munchie is way too good for Death Moin.
I think Munchie, he's kind of like a little bit of snarky guy. I imagine he's a good guy, but he's kind of got like a little bit of Hatter to him. You know, Matt Hatter.
He's got a twin brother that's kind of a bully too, you know?
Yeah. So
really quickly, guys, really quickly. Tide Realms has actually hit another great boost. We're now up to 200.
Wow, nice.
It just keeps climbing. Please keep pledging, guys. This is freaking awesome.
I just want to say though, you know, I've been with Quaid pretty early on in this process, and you know, I've watched him go through, probably similar to Bill and other folks here, that like he's gone through the anxieties that any creator would go through. And I remember even just a few days ago when, you know, we hadn't quite hit the funding goal at that point, where Quaid's going through, well, you know, we're going to unlock this. And, you know, I mean, and we brought up the 200,000 mark as if it was a hypothetical. And I'm like, it's going to get there. It's going to get there. He's like, I don't know, if we just get a 2 in front of that number, I'm like, it's going to happen. Relax. You know, like, you know, not to celebrate too early, but you know, I know the love is there. You know what I mean? And you know, it's there. So
part of the trouble is that come last week, both.
Wait, stop! There's a legend on the screen.
There's a bunch of legends on the screen.
Yeah, so there's a ton of legends on the screen.
But the Legend of Legends.
Guys, I want to welcome Corn Boys in the house, and of course the Mr. Wonderful. Guys, thank you for coming. It's an absolute pleasure having both of you guys here.
No problem.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, Corn Boy? Like,
well, I mean, I have to say, first and foremost, Quaid and Abby, congratulations on hitting $200,000. That's a major milestone.
Thank you so much, CV.
And
We're
that's
so
awesome.
happy to have the help.
Absolutely. And Travis, what's going on, dude? How you doing tonight?
Well, let's spoil Master of the Universe for everybody now that they have time to watch. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Shut up.
I'm just kidding. Great movie. Go check it out if you haven't.
Yes, please check it. Please.
I saw it. I loved it.
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me.
My girlfriend, who is not really versed in the Masters of the Universe lore, absolutely went crazy over it and loved it. She said it's her favorite movie this year, and that her personality is going to be Motu all summer long. So
Nice.
That's fantastic.
She went last night to see it with her sister, and she's going again with me on Friday. So yeah, she's definitely into it.
Yeah, $201,119.
Wow.
This is
Keep it going.
Nice.
Keep it going, everybody. Thank you so much for backing this project. It's a dream come true, and we want to continue going on that. Really quickly though, I did want to give Danny and Esther a really bit of a platform. So we're at $16,911 of a $78,000 goal. That's very attainable. We have 18 days to go. How did you start this project really quick, guys? Like obviously it was something that you wanted to do for yourself, Danny. Well, like how did that all develop?
Yeah, it started from me being at kind of a low point in my life. I was feeling down. We were empty nesters, Esther.
Yeah.
And nobody was home. Esther was going to school because she's studying to be a nurse, and so I just didn't want to have empty time to do nothing, because it leads to depression, and depression for me is really bad. So I said, you know what, let me draw, because drawing makes me really happy. So I just started drawing these characters, and at the same time at work, I work for Disney, but not every time is it always great, you know. And I was working on a film, and I was actually demoted off from a position that I was hired to do. So that hurt, and I knew I needed to do something. So from being really hurt, I just started drawing these characters, and these characters made me happy. So as soon as I started drawing them, I realized, you know what? I just want other people to look at these. Sorry.
I know. See, it's okay.
That's great. It's very inspirational.
I'm right there with you.
Awesome.
The labor of love is really
it's full circle to think about, like we had an emotional day today. First of all, we're a little sore, you guys. We went to go watch Masters
God, yeah.
and 4DX.
I don't recommend it.
I hear it breaks your spine. Like
we woke up so
existentialism in his eyes is nuts. Poor fella.
God, I was like, this sucks. So I got to see it first went on the Thursday before Friday, and with the family, and that one we were bawling. We were like, oh my God, this is like our childhood. And then on at the 40X, you can't experience it because there's so many things happening. And
I was basically trying to hold on to the seat the whole time.
like, onto your phone and everything.
But it started from a bad day at work, and Danny
just kept drawing, and then I here we are, guys, and I jumped into this maybe a little too soon, but I'm learning a ton. I'm meeting a ton of great people. I have no regrets. You know, I'm just like, I knew that's kind of how I've been, and that's kind of how I've gotten to where I am in my career is, you know, just kind of jump in and you learn, you know, and you keep growing. And if it was easy, then we would all be doing it, right? So it has to be hard. I have to put my time in. And that I did this before. I've come up before, and I'll do what it takes again to come up again.
I'm right there with you, Danny. This has been the most difficult, most time-consuming, most sacrificial experience I've ever gone through. And I've done passion projects that took years at a time before that were, you know, the same level of dedication, but nothing has surpassed this, and nothing has pushed me further. And I check out the whole receipt here of people that this project has touched, and the amount of lives that are affected with one simple cool idea, and it's never going to stop being worth it, no matter how many times you go back and try. It doesn't stop being rewarding, but it never stops being difficult, no matter what.
Absolutely. So guys, please support the Gum It Up makers. They have 19 days left, right? Or was 18 days left? I think it was 18 days or something. I saw. Yeah, I think it was 18 days left.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to definitely get them to their goal. It's only $78,000 goal for this. Really attainable. And again, this is their first time out, but you know what? We really want to get them up to where they need to be. And it's touched so many different toy tubers. Like everyone I think I've talked to about this has been just absolutely enthralled with it. I mean, Brick, myself, I think John, all of us really have just been like, where have these been? Where have these been all our lives? You know what I mean? Like we've been waiting for something like this. How come nobody else thought about this first? You know, Danny, you're a mad scientist, man. Like seriously, it's crazy because I love Muppet Babies, I love Muppets, I love the whole. Obviously, I love Master Universe. So this is crazy. But
I haven't heard of it until now, and they looked absolutely spectacular.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go after I get off here. I'm gonna go check them out.
Yeah, I love the size on them.
I appreciate.
What's the scale?
112.
Oh man, I'm so there.
Another customer could all see me.
That's my stuff.
I'm pledging right now, just so you know, Danny.
There you go, Danny. We got you, man. We got you. We're gonna make it. Once this is finished, we're gonna be doing yours too. Don't worry about it. We got.
Oh, no worries. No. Please do your thing, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate all you guys because we're all here to make some toys and have some fun. No.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you've said it.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
This whole time, the amazing people. The community has been so amazing. So, thank you. Thank you. That's like. With that. Friendships for life. So sorry, you guys are hanging on for a while.
so many. It's crazy. Like the people we've met, Jake. I mean, you've been amazing to us. Mike, when you guys did with Universe, and that's what happened. Like I fell in love with toys again because I had stopped collecting. I had thought maybe I was too old for it, and so
never too old for toys.
I know. I was one of those.
Heresy.
And then I got to a certain age and I realized, you know what? Again, trying to be happy. And I was like, I love toys. I used to love them. Why did I stop? I was like, I didn't really have a place to put them. But now the kids moved out and we can collect. I was like, we just sold our house. And so I had a little extra to spend at that time, right? Foolishly, I know, guys, but I'm not always the smartest person, as you can see. But I just started buying like all the dream toys that I never had. One of them was the giant G.I. Joe craft thing. I forget what it's called, aircraft carrier.
Flag? The flag?
Yeah, the
Flag.
flag.
Oh my
the
gosh.
flag.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
sorry, I should know these names. I should know, because I was out of it for so long, I forget. But the flag, and then the other one was Super 7 Castle Grayskull, the giant one. I think that thing looks awesome. So I had to get it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Switching gears just a little bit. We have hit another pledge, and it's been pretty crazy. 201,783.
Wow.
It just
Nice.
keeps going. Thank you guys. Keep the pledges rolling in.
So what, you
I
got
finally
2
adjusted
hours
mine.
left?
We have 2 hours. We have more than 2 hours. It only says 2 hours. It's weird, but when
Right.
it finally gets down to the last couple of minutes, we'll start to know.
Jay,
Does it end at midnight?
It ends at midnight.
East
Yeah.
Coast?
Yeah, it ends midnight East Coast. Yeah,
All
we
right.
still got time. We still
Jay,
got time.
I'm gonna jump off temporarily to let George Gaspar get on, if that's okay.
All right, no worries, Terrence. Thank you.
I want to give everyone an opportunity. I'm going to be here in the background. I'll jump on if we go low again, but there's a couple people I know that want to get on. So
Yeah, I've been seeing them trying to get in, but thank you.
I'll hop off in a second. But since we have CB here and we're hearing from two like amazing couples, I mean, I'm assuming Abby's somewhere in the area, but
Yeah.
two amazing couples who have an idea and they're trying to bring this together. CB, like in the conversation that we've just had, I don't know if you clock it this way, but I heard Masters Universe, I heard Super 7 Castle Grayskull, and I'm just like thinking about all the work that you've done over the years in this
my
space,
pocket got caught on the handle here.
and now you're in this position of like helping these young folks that develop these new ideas. I kind of just want to get your take from sort of like the big picture view. What's it like in this? Like, oops, I think Terrence, you good?
Terrence is on the turtle.
Terrence is Homer Simpson, totally talking. To
We must have. No, what happened is we must have hit another. We must have hit it.
You're exposing
We must have hit
yourself to the
another
world. Terrence, you're exposing yourself to the world. Can you hear us?
No.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my God. Terrence, what are you doing? Whatever you. Oh my God, that was so
man.
close. That was the closest thing I think we've ever seen in our lives. We were so close.
We're in for a way bigger show than we thought.
Man,
Holy crap, that was crazy.
sorry, Corn Boy, you're
When
gonna
he
have to
stood up
follow
and-
that up.
When he stood up and I saw his boxers, I was like, "What the heck is going on?"
He's about to get demonetized.
Not that kind of pirate booty. Okay,
Oh,
Mr.
man.
Wonderful, only Terrence will that is more than 500.
but I really do.
We're in
Corn Boy.
OnlyFans. We're in OnlyFans territory.
Stevie, I really do want to. I'm just curious. I've always wondered what's it like to have the amazing career that you've had and contributed to all this stuff, and now to be in this position of seeing these young folks like going after their toy creativity dreams, and you're helping them do it.
Well,
What's that like?
I got to tell you, when I kind of moved into handling the more toy overseeing type of thing rather than just the fabricating and sculpting and stuff like that, being able to bring new people into the toy industry and help them, release their creativity. It's just amazing to me. I absolutely love it. I love doing it. And seeing like Quaid here, when he can, hit the goal that he hit and then exceed it by a decent amount. That's so fantastic.
Well, and to be fair to CB, he always had the viewpoint, the encouraging standpoint that he said to me over and over and over and over and over when we first approached him how excited he was to see how the Kickstarter was going to perform. And I think I needed to hear that as many times as he said it, because there's not a single point where we approached this with the, if we were working on assuming success, we would not have worked as hard as we did. We always worked as though, it was that close. And it's that level of dedication that was, drives you to the sleepless nights that you do. So when you have somebody like CB, who's always in the background, doing the exact same thing somebody like Terrence is, which is cheering you on. Everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody other than me knew it was going to skyrocket day one, and we're seeing the exact same thing here at the end here. And I just can't thank enough times for how many times they came to me and said, just be still, it'll be okay. And it means everything to us.
Well, I got to tell you, I think that a lot of it is that you came up with a somewhat original IP in the whole pirate aspect of things, because nobody is really doing them right now.
No.
You know, other people are potentially doing them, and I know you've heard from them, but the stuff that you're doing is completely original, completely unusual. It's great. I can't say enough about it.
Well, we were just enthralled when we approached you guys to begin with, because obviously you guys are just a powerhouse in creative output, not just good products, but you guys have factually good ideas. You could put that in probably any storytelling or marketing IP, and it would be great. Pick a movie, pick a video game, and just the fact that you guys have picked what, in my opinion, is the best way of creative expression, which is action figures. And you have such a fantastic recipe, and I'm so glad it was so fortuitous, and I don't believe in coincidence in the slightest that we found you guys when we did, because it absolutely sparked the vision I'd had in my head for what I wanted my toys to be like for always. And I wouldn't have ever had that inspiration without Horsemen, and for them to come in and inject our unique IP with that very, very specific flavor of DNA that can only be replicated by that special team. It's just an honor. I literally cannot believe I'm sitting here with where we started a while ago.
I can't wait to see where you go. Like, I understand that, we still got a couple hours to go, and you could potentially get a lot more money from this. But then after this comes wave 2.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see where you're going to go with this.
The notebook's ready. All we got to do is hit go. You guys remember that Bible we sent you a year ago? It's
yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, we just keeps coming, guys, and keep pledging, because we hit another 203,146.
Holy crap!
It just keeps going higher and higher. Thank you guys for continuing to pledge. We still have 117 minutes to go. We're down to the minutes now, guys. So yeah, we have time. So just keep it going, guys. This is going to be freaking epic, and thank you guys for all the support. We really do appreciate it. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to let Danny Ennister have one more moment. So Danny, last question on this one. Where do you hope to like? You said it yourself. It's your first time on the rodeo. You're learning a lot, but if this does actually reach its goal, what are your hopes and dreams for this? Is there a book coming? Is there something else, other media that you hope to get with this? Or
yeah, 100%, man, 100%. Yeah. So this is a first wave, obviously, of a project of these characters that come from a group of makers who are monster makers in this world, and there's a whole storyline to it. But these guys are part of the good guys. And there's a group of them, and you'll see them in that background that's got like on the yellow background. But these are the first two guys, are the two heroes. And they're twin brothers. Can't tell right here, but they're seconds apart. And then they're the villains are part of a world called Takers, right? Where they're just kind of evil, the basic classic evil versus bad versus good. And then so that you have that set up there. For now, we're just going to keep developing the characters. What I wanted to do is to like really showcase what the villains also look like and other story ideas now moving forward. Regardless of what happens with the Kickstarter, we're still going to keep pushing forward,
We're currently working on
no matter what.
We showcase a little bit at Multuniverse and Animatic. Working on that, so that's moving forward. We still have an Animatic. There is a story there that we're working. And soon we'll release. We're working with someone in the toy world.
You all know this person.
You all know this person, but they'll be taking
they're gonna take a
pass
at the story, because I can do designs, but when it comes to story, I need someone better than me to step in, and there is someone really way better than me, and I hope that we get to work together soon. So hopefully you guys get to see some of that. But in the future, you'll be seeing basically more things coming from these characters, because what I want to get to is Sebastian Gomez is also modeling those little goblin guys, the little skull guys. That's like basically that's going to be your army builder there. But they're not the only monster creature things. There's a lot more. And the reason they're called gum it up makers is not because they're made out of like real gum. They don't chew this gum. This gum is a source of power in their world called Power Pop. So that's it. It would take some explaining to do that, but we're gonna definitely need to animate that or put it somehow in story form. But whether it's a comic book or story, we're gonna find a way to get that out. But yeah, right now we're just having a lot of fun, and the kind of the story, it's just open ended. It's like, so what do we want to go with this? Because I know it's light, right? It's just a matter of, okay, you got to get that story out, you got to get better known, you got to give people more stuff. And I hear you guys, I hear you. So thank you.
Thank you guys for dropping in and giving us, you know, the information about the Gum It Up Makers. Guys, if you haven't already, please check out Gum It Up Makers on Kickstarter. You know, I just wanted to. These guys are so honest and they have such a great idea. I've never heard of anything like it recently, right? And you know, the Muppet toys that are out there right now, Super 7's doing a bunch. You know, a whole bunch of Blokey's is doing things like that. So Muppets are in again. You know what I mean? And we're seeing them come back to media. So, you know, I love this idea. I love the whole premise around it. I really hope it does well. And we're going to be pushing for this just like Corsairs. So, Danny, Esther, thank you again. You guys have a great day. And we hope to see you at the next convention.
Okay. I appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Danny and Esther.
Congratulations,
guys. Great to meet
Those
you
figures
guys.
look incredible. I'm going to go check them out.
Appreciate you guys.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. On that note, let me. I'm going to clear the space, bring in some other folks. But thank you, everybody. Congratulations, Quaid,
Thank you,
Abigail,
So
the
great
whole
to see you
team.
again.
You guys, this is amazing. I can't wait till those other two unlock. So show those because I need to make adjustments. To
Needs to make adjustments.
Yeah, can we put them up? Let's put them up because I know folks are asking to see the 230 unlock.
Sure. Really quick though, I want to welcome Ryan. He joined a little while ago, but you know, it's everybody's doing their thing. So good to see you, Ryan. How you doing?
He's just
tonight?
the graphic designer.
Hi, everybody. I'm just the art guy. I was waiting until Terrence got naked and then I could jump in.
Terrence,
it happens on every live stream. Every live stream we're on with Terrence, he starts to undress, and that's my cue. That's my hit my spot.
Yeah, that's the line.
So we do have those two spots open now. I know a couple people have been trying to get on, but you're happy to let you guys back in. But yeah, it's been pretty crazy. This has been one heck of a campaign. Speak of the devil, there he is. I can't even pronounce. Sorry, brother. How do you pronounce that name?
Georgie.
That's a weird way to spell George.
I'm terrible on the best of days.
Oh, it's the sconge.
The sconge. Okay, there you go. There's an. I've never heard that one.
What's
We need a Kickstarter just for the
King of
action
New
figure
Jersey is what it stands for.
There we go.
Yeah, I really only use this on one other show, so should have changed my name, I guess.
It's okay. Makes it legendary. You know, we can't pronounce it. It's awesome. It's great.
Wayne, congratulations. This is epic.
Thank you so much, George. I'm so glad to see you.
Dude, it's I mean, this is I'll put it right out there. I used to back a ton of campaigns. I haven't backed a lot in a while, but this is definitely one of the higher campaigns I've ever backed.
That's an honor.
Yeah,
it's a fabulous compliment.
I want every single figure. And I want multiples of some of them. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
It's really, really cool.
Cannot wait to get to work. Seriously.
Yeah, Bill, don't let us down.
Literally, constantly, George.
There it is. What's going on? What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight? There we go. There. You hear us? Okay?
Mute pirate in the form of
Mike. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I'm here for the roasting of Quaid, so.
Same. That's what I'm here for. Just go for it.
How's everyone doing? Congratulations on the campaign.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It just we were talking the other week on my show, and just talking about how quickly we've kind of grown close to each other in like 7 months. It's kind of wild. And the adventures where some people thought I was your father. You know, it's
well, Mike is
scary.
the reason we survived Legion's Con. I mean, everybody at Legion's Con is the reason we survived it. But we were working with so little that just the two of us trying to. That's the first time any of us have ever been that far. It's the first time any of us had ever been by ourselves for that long, and we wouldn't have navigated that without the people that were taking care of us. And Mike was there to take us back and forth bright and early every morning at the ungodly hour of 7 a.m., which I am a staunch unbeliever in. So I can't ever stop thanking the community enough. They're the reason that we're here. And I have a different opportunity every time we talk about this to practice a new level of humility, because it's not one person that makes this happen at all. The idea is great. Great ideas will only get you so far without great people behind you. And this live stream here is a testament to that.
Absolutely. 100%. A lot of people help, like it's I've been on a couple of Kickstarters, and I can tell you everyone, pretty much everybody who's ever done a Kickstarter, you can't do it alone.
No,
there's a lot
don't
of
do it alone. Don't even try.
Yeah, there's a lot of support that needs to happen. A lot of people who are operating behind the scenes, and it's just a really big undertaking. And it's not for the faint of heart, because from the launch to the mid to the end, it's a roller coaster of emotions. You don't know what's going to happen. As you can see, Esther and Danny are going through that same set of emotions right now, right?
Yeah.
And as I would imagine even the Four Horsemen have gone through a number of different emotions.
That's what happened to George's hair.
We absolutely have. Like the early Kickstarters for Gothatropolis and Seventh Kingdom never would have happened if it hadn't been for George. Like, we didn't even really know what Kickstarter was, and he kind of introduced us and kind of walked us through that. But if it hadn't been for George, like you were saying, help from other people, it never would have happened.
Exactly.
It takes a village to raise a child. In my case, literally.
Well, and I'll tell you, the number you're at is impressive alone, but really the number of backers is what I look at, and that's awesome. I mean, it's almost 800 people jumping in right now, and that's fantastic. That's like
spectacular.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's no easy feat, is to get 800 strangers to help back your dream.
No,
so
that is not a small accomplishment at all.
It's showing what you've done is worthy and just a cool project.
What it means the world. There's got to be a better. Maybe Ryan can help me out. There's got to be a better verb in the English language than thank you. Surely there's a better one. There's got to be a bigger one.
Thank you is pretty good. I mean, it encompasses. There's so many words for everybody that's been so wonderful to Quaid and Abigail, obviously, and Terrence has been amazing out there. I mean, he stayed dressed at most of the shows, I believe, promoting the brand, and we're so proud of him and Gina for that. No, but seriously, I mean, everyone's been awesome. I mean, and it's just funny, I know some of you know kind of the story of, Quaid's up, and I'm in Denver, and Quaid's up in Wyoming, and I just kind of randomly realized he was close and just reached out and forced him to be my friend. Back when, and I was like, hey, I'm just gonna help work on designs on this. And it's kind of funny how life just turns out, right? We just never know the unexpected help that we get, and what a blessing everybody in the community has been. I mean, you never know how stuff works out, and like you were saying, it is a roller coaster, and part of us in the Kickstarter, that's the biggest lesson, is try to keep each other supported and positive, and especially the mental health piece of it. We've all been sick at different times during the campaign, because we've all been so run down, and late nights and early mornings, and trying to do things, and stress and lack of sleep, and of course catastrophizing, and so really that thank you. I mean, thank you to Quaid for the opportunity for all of us to help him, because I think that's the hardest part as human beings. We want to try and do things on our own, and we just can't do that. And so I had a really wise friend of mine say, when you don't allow people to help you, like, you're denying that friendship, and you're denying that fellowship and that time together. And so I try to ask for help when I need it. And Quaid, you know, everyone's been so wonderful. It's just important that we all need each other, not just in the community, but friends, family, all that stuff to help each other through these giant projects. And it's been a fun journey. Is that easy? I don't know. That's a short answer.
No, that works perfectly. That's exactly the big bloated thank you I was looking for.
Perfect. Yeah.
I hate to ask, but I think Matt Hatter's trying to jump in for like a few minutes.
Yeah, I'll take off, Jay, so he can jump on.
You sure, Ed? Okay.
Yep, positive.
All right.
Great. Congratulations to you and Abigail.
Thank you so much. Great to see you.
Yeah, it's great to see you too. Everybody else, later.
Take care, Ed. We'll see you soon.
See you, Ed.
Guys, it's this is just you know, one of those things that happens with the with Kickstarters, where we're always trying our best to get to that goal. And as a matter of fact, speaking of goals, I keep getting yelled at to show the next goal, because then it'll help to further the fever. So the Void of the Black Tide, I believe that's the next goal. Is that correct?
He's unlocked. You guys got him available for pledge.
Yeah. There you go. So you know, again, shows where I am at this point. Yep, what? Right there?
There we go.
There it is.
There it is. Right there.
It is the exclusive 2-pack of Captain Arterius. And I'm not even going to attempt that. How do you say that?
That is the Epirus Dweller.
There we go. I love these names. Like, where do they come from? Do you have like an old timey dictionary or something?
The thesaurus.
I was gonna say, I think I'm the old timey dictionary. Seriously, I've been saying big words since I was 5. No, Epirus is kind of an amalgamation of several different words that's unique to the world, and Arterius is very much a name of our own as well, which goes into a lot of his. These 2 characters are really lore heavy, which is why there's such a deep cut here at the end.
Is there so it looks like there's like, are you planning a comic book or something like that? Because you know, I think a lot of people have been asking that question.
You know, it's funny. A comic book takes just as much of dedicated resources as a toy line. It's just in a completely different context. So that would be a humongous, just as much of a Herculean effort. And I would love to attack it as best I could. There's we know some really, really good artists within the industry. We've already had the folks at Edge Comics helping us with some of the illustrations that you can see at the top of the campaign, and so that would be something we'd love to explore, but it would be just as large of a project as this one is, so it'll depend on where things carry us.
Absolutely.
But I do want to add that you have been doing something, Quaid, that not many other creators are doing in the middle of a campaign, and that is the fact you are giving lore in a very unique way, and that's through your YouTube channel.
Yes. We do
I call
have
it my morning story drive.
Yeah, we do have an audiobook that is literally the only thing in this campaign that's currently unfinished. It was so much of a workload to make sure that the campaign stayed consistent. All these graphics came out exactly the way we needed them to. You know, my goal was to have a new chapter every single day that the campaign was live. We got 17 chapters in, and the workload became existential. So we had to put that one on the back burner and basically leave it on a cliffhanger, which probably made it nerve-wracking for everybody else listening. But it's turned out really, really well, and it was something that we wanted to bake into the experience of the campaign from the very beginning. I'm quite pleased with how it's turned out. I have a good remainder of it that's already recorded. It just needs scored and edited and stuff. So that's stuff that's going to continue to trickle out post-campaign. And this one little audiobook, it doesn't stop there. Again, like CB can attest, so much lore and background to to what this world is, that world building does not stop. So there's lots of little Easter eggs you can find in that audiobook that's very, very much telling you what to expect next.
Yeah. Speaking of pirates, we have someone who's a bit of a pirate himself. I mean, he's the man who keeps flipping everything, flipping the bird mostly. But here he is, the Mad Hatter himself.
Wow. What an introduction. What's going on, boys? Holy shit, there's 10 people here.
Or keep knocking on the door. I mean, like,
I thought it was going to be a little intimate affair. Wow.
Intimate? We had somebody freaking taking off their clothes at one point. Where, you know.
Oh, did you? Okay.
It's been one of those shows.
I missed all the fun stuff, I guess. Everyone.
How excited are you for this line, Hatter? What are your thoughts?
I'm excited. I got some. Terrence set me onto this line, and then I got who did I get? Let me see. Who did I get? Maybe I'll change my pledge and get some more shit. But here's what I got. I feel
like that's a fantastic idea.
Captain Al Gold, Death Moid, Skeleton Pirate, because I have to get. He's a fucking skeleton pirate, so of course.
You have to get that.
I got Captain Alistair Morningstar, and then I got Captain Caribdus, Sea Pirate, Sea Creature Pirate, and then I got Gravemore. Can't fucking read. Gravemore Storm Hexed, because I like his colors a lot. So I'm in at 220. 220, I think, is a reasonable. I buy too many toys, but
that's a fantastic.
I won't get in trouble for this kind of amount. So oh my god, the thing's right on me. Yeah, that's me. I'm in the pirates business, guys.
That's right. That's freaking. Oh man, this really has inspired a lot of people, and the imagination.
Yeah, dude, congratulations. It's a great Kickstarter. There's a lot of
thank you so much.
Fall by the wayside, and you just sort of check out. But this was a fun one. There's a lot of fun shit here.
We engineered it meticulously. We wanted it to not just be a Kickstarter. We wanted it to be an experience, and that's something that's really, really hard to cultivate with the format that Kickstarter offers you. You got to get really creative. So I'm happy that we've been able to offer that, as many options and as many opportunities as possible.
Travis has been unusually quiet all of this time. It's like he doesn't want to talk tonight.
He's over there pledging.
No, I'm good. I was letting people have their voice, man. I can take over a video real quick. So.
I know. That's why I was like, how come Travis?
I was respecting folks.
Uncannily quiet tonight.
I'm excited for this, man. I was Ed and I, co-host over there on Toy League. We talk about the desire for a Pirates line. I'm a huge Pirates, the Dark Water from the '90s fan. So seeing the toy line that takes that pirate kind of lore and visual and brings it to life, I was excited as soon as I heard about it. So, I know I saw it in person just briefly, I think at Legion's Con last year, if I remember correctly. I was there for the Sunday, so I popped through and saw it. And Terrence was kind of starting to promote it with Creative Realms. I had the opportunity to unfortunately, I think I was like backer number 50. I didn't get in that number, top 10 spot because I was oversleeping and not paying attention. And but I did finally update my backing pledge today for more than $1. I sat on the dollar placeholder to get my backer number in there, and I figured I'd update it when I logged into the video tonight. So I did update that, get my son some of those figures that when they release, because he's big into the Pirates of the Caribbean, and so I grabbed him a few figures. He'll be excited. He doesn't know he's getting them, so
nice.
They will be a gift.
Yeah,
they will be a gift. And I gotta commend you, like as a fan of lore. While you don't have the graphic novel or the comic stuff yet, I love the audiobook aspect to it. I think it's creative and unique. I don't know who was saying that before, but I buy into toys because of the story. Like if there's a good story, even if I'm not necessarily interested in a line, I will dive in very deep.
That's really encouraging.
Most of the lines that I follow, Animal Warriors, The Kingdom, Savage Crucible, those ones, it's the lore. Valaverse, they had the lore which drew me in. I keep championing and shouting out at the rooftop that I need more graphic novel stuff from the Mythic Legions folks so I can really dive in and consume. But I love me some lore, man. If I can digest something and really fall into the world, that's where I love it. So with what you're doing, while it's unique, it's not the same level or the same thing. I think what you've done is awesome. And from one failed Kickstarter person to a successful Kickstarter person, I'm really excited for you. I love that you did it. I say failed. It was not a failure. It was a massive learning opportunity for me. As I'm sure you and anyone who's tried to do it, whether it's successful or not, you learn a massive amount of information about it. And it's just a fun thing to do. But it's challenging. There's mornings you wake up sweating and you're like, oh, how'd it go? And then you have people like Mega J who come out of nowhere and they're like, give me your shit. I will record you a video in a hotel room at a convention and get you some more media to try to drum up some attention for you, because Travis, you don't know what the hell you're doing. Wait, you did a lot of things I did wrong, right? And I'm happy to see the success you've had. Terrence will tell you, I'd be messaging him like every couple days. I'm like, dude, hey, I think you guys are going to hit it. Looks like you're still, the ball's moving. The ball's moving. I was down there with him in ToyCon, New Jersey at his booth.
Yeah.
He had my stands on display. He had me and my son there with him and Gina for both days, and we were checking things out. And, everyone loved what they saw. They come back, they look at the back there. the die of the figures. I had to keep telling my son, stay away from them. Do not touch those.
Oh my gosh.
Do not touch those. Because he definitely wanted to get his hands on it.
Well, that's just a testament to those game masters, because we've heard that 100
Congratulations, man.
They just look finished. They look like a finished toy, and people are ready to get all up in their business. And it's not quite ready yet.
Yeah, actually, Quaid, we need those back right away as soon as possible. The fact that you sent me an email. I'm not really joking either.
I'm so happy.
What happens with the toy community stays in the toy community. Yeah, no, we're really jazzed about these toys, and I'm so excited that the indie community, has come forward and really backed this project. Yeah, the process on this can't be easy though. I mean, it can't be. It must be a very daunting process to get a single buck to actually look like different characters. I mean, like that.
Oh my gosh! Well, part of what makes these ones as cool as they are is that they really do. CB can attest to this. They share a limited amount of tooling. They share just enough to make it sustainable. But there was a point where that stopped. There's probably 40% of each figure that's completely unique to each captain. And that's, of course, informed every successive figure since that. The crew builders are dressing that body down to, essentially what makes Alistair what he is. And they have some additional components that make those unique and bring that price point down. But those three captains are super unique between the three of them. And it was a decision that we made pretty early on that we wanted to lead with concepts that put the best foot forward. We could have either played it safe and made sure that everybody had a required allotment of reused tooling across the board to start as small as possible. Because I've observed that quite frequently in the toy industry, how many times reuse is, I don't even like to use the word necessary evil. It's not an evil, it's sustainable. It's how you make toys work, period. Yeah. And when it came to this brand new IP, we knew that we needed to make an impression and lead with the thing that stood out the most. And so there was a healthy balance between reuse and unique pieces. And I'm actually really pleased and really proud of where they landed, because each of these three captains hear the feedback all the time that they don't look like they share anything between them. And that's a testament to not only the sculpts, but the reason that we went to Four Horsemen to begin with. I've never seen a company do reuse pieces in a new deco better than that. Not once have I ever felt, no matter how many times I bought the same toy, that I felt like I had a repeat in my hands. It's immaculately executed every time between paintwork.
It's definitely very difficult to find.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to congratulate Quaid, say hello to everyone again. I'm going to bounce out. We'll make room for the next guy to jump in, or girl, whoever it is.
Great to see you.
Again, congratulations to you and yours, man. So excited to see where the finish line lands. But I'll be following and keeping updates every week on the show, on our show, and keep moving forward, man. Congratulations, and so excited for you guys.
Thank you so much.
All right, Travis, thanks a lot. You take care. Take it easy. All right. Yeah, it's quite the journey. It's actually not over. Do you have a dish like late pledging, or is there something set up so people can continue to buy these?
Yeah, Kickstarter. We do have backer kit put in place. We're going to be integrating that post campaign, and so we're still sorting out exactly what that's going to look like, but it's not overly complicated. So late campaign pledges will be a thing. Now, Kickstarter's format does literally. Those pledges go up. There's an increase in price just a little bit for getting in late, but they're manageable, they're marginable, and they're things that we wanted to make sure that everything that we could offer possible came through in another avenue as well. This Kickstarter does not actually have to end this evening. It's just at its most affordable price this evening.
But just to clarify, Brian Jaw does end tonight, right? There's no after purchasing, or am I incorrect on that?
I think Junkion is in our Dropbox moving secrets out.
Oh no, I'm curious, because if I buy more, I want to see.
As far as we're concerned, we want to make sure that everybody has access. The goal here is to sell toys. So Brian Jaw, while he's been an exclusive at the heavily discounted price this week, and we integrated him very late in the campaign for that reason. We don't really want the cutoff time to be this evening, so we want people to have access to him later as well. So he will be part of the backer process.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's quickly turning into the Four Horsemen stream here. I mean, like it's Eric has joined us.
You got another familiar face.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good to see you.
Great to see you.
Yeah, you too. I didn't know if I was gonna make it, but I got home.
He wasn't even invited.
I was invited.
Everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. How's everything going? Like, obviously, I mean, we can't talk much about else other tonight than this one. I mean, like, wow, just absolutely incredible.
Eric deserves a spotlight of his own because he's half the reason that Deathmoid looks at Boss as he does.
There you go.
No, it was a pleasure to work on these figures, but it's all praise and thanks goes to the Horseman Studio for trusting me with those figures and letting me do what I got to do on them. It was awesome.
He breathed life into them. We could not be more grateful. There's different stages that project was at. It was a complete whirlwind between submitting concept art, getting sculpts back, and then getting those sculpts in someone else's hands to put paint on them. There's so many pieces of artistry that touch a vision like that. Again, that's just more thank yous that have to be given out, because the idea is one thing, the execution is another, and the people that we have behind us executing it. Our sculptor Victor, just phenomenal. I was so glad to hear how excited he was to work on them. I haven't once heard somebody who has helped us with this process not be just over the moon at the idea of touching on them. And that's a gift that I get to give. It's not just, here's another job. No, this is something really, really fun.
Real quick, Terrence, the whale noise is my pug. He's sleeping. He's snoring down here.
all of us were wondering. He's like, there's a.
I thought you were playing some sort of video game or something. whenever you hit something, it would drop.
You got Galaga in the background.
I thought one of the pirates was hunting, Moby Dick or something. I was like, let's go.
You hear that?
Or Quade's trying to do some subtle hint for wave 2.
That's just how it sounds when I snore. It's okay.
Oh my goodness, absolutely crazy.
That's how I will sound this evening when I finally sleep well for the first time in 38 days.
Let's
get ready to stop sleeping again because you're going into production now.
Oh gosh,
that's a whole new
that's a problem I want to have.
That's a whole.
We got 99
headache.
problems. Production isn't one of them.
It's a good kind of good kind of headache, but it's
I can't wait for
headache.
that.
Let's take some comments from the chat. We got a whole bunch of them, but people have been chiming in. I mean, it's been pretty crazy all night. So I just wanted to really Grand 460. Finally got to see the pictures. I'm maybe a buyer. I got to see. Grant's actually just discovered this apparently, and he went through the whole Kickstarter, and is deciding now. So Grant, I don't think you have anything
He's
to worry
probably
about
still
there.
scrolling for the sheer amount of photos I've included in there. Like, good lord, good luck making a decision.
I know, right? Absolutely. Esther, of course, we're backers. Congratulations, guys. Thank you again, Gummit Up Makers. You guys are freaking awesome. We look forward to your campaign coming into its final days, because we will definitely be backing that as much as we can. Evil Stalker. Evil Stick. My apologies. Grand 460, exactly. Pull up the Kickstarter when you have a second and take a closer look. I already backed. Thank you, my brother. That's awesome. Thanks to everybody who's backed this project. I mean, it's been a dream come true for everybody on screen. I think that this is from beginning to end. I mean, it's never easy to create. I mean, Hatter and I know it's really hard to actually try to get something like this off the ground. So congratulations to everybody here. Mythic Dolphin. Explain the modular pirate ship you just covered with the Skull Pirates from the episode on News 15 minutes ago. Okay. Well, when the Mythic Dolphin asks me something, I will definitely. For those of you who don't know, the Mythic Dolphin is quite the angel investor. I'm like, she literally backs everything. So you do not ignore what the request from the Mythic Dolphin is. Incredible. So we'll go ahead and no, that's not that. Where'd he go? Hey, where'd you go? I got to. Okay, so I hate this version because I have to remove it, but I got to add it again. All right, so this was sent to me by Terrence, and yeah, this like looks crazy. Can somebody tell me what this is? Because like Travis is Terrence isn't here, so it's a pirate ship. I mean, John, is this the same one, or am I?
Oh no, it's not the same one. But I mean, that it still looks gorgeous. I mean, it's amazing looking.
That's one of the most impressive dioramas I've ever seen, and from what Terrence told me, a majority of it is still foam, which is incredible.
Wow, crazy. Now here's the signature. Can anybody read that? MVX Customs. Am I reading that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Sir. All right. And this was this an IshCon or is that FanCon? I can't even see.
IshCon, I think.
It is IshCon. Okay. Yeah, it looks great. It's a wonderful cutaway. And this is the bow, right? Or is this the stern? This is the stern.
What's the stern?
Right? What am I doing here? I have no idea.
It's a ship, is what it is.
It is a ship. It's a part of a ship anyway.
Yeah.
So tell me, am I right? Is this the bow or the stern, or is this what is this?
It's the stern.
It is the stern. Okay.
I can tell you, there's also an exact name for which masthead that is, but I think it's better to focus on the details of the mock-up.
Well, my job's here is done tonight. I made Quaid laugh. So here is the stern on the other side. So this is gorgeous. Wow, look at that. This is just crazy. Holy crap! Whoa! This is big. Yeah. This thing's freaking huge.
Well, what's interesting about that is that I think that is in like height and sheer girth of how much model is there. That's fairly proportionally similar to what we did for the initial promos of the prototypes. Because me and Abigail spent probably 2 months working on this giant cardboard 9-foot pirate ship for everybody to be photographed on. That once we got done, we're like, why did we do it like this? There's no one photograph where we can get the entire ship in frame, and it worked very, very well for the marketing material. But this is a way more practical way of achieving something that's built to be interacted with. We had to it was wider than our basement was, so we literally couldn't turn it around to photograph it. We had to eventually disassemble it post Legion's Con, I think, because we couldn't use our living room anymore. So this is just a fabulous execution of a similar idea in a way more practical package.
This is crazy. Like I'm supremely impressed. And of course, it was for the Plunderlings, apparently.
Yeah.
So they had the whole diorama there for the Plunderlings, which again, another fabulous independent toy line. And it's amazing that indie toys have come such a long way from the Dark Ages. I mean, like it's been pretty absolutely bonkers how these things evolve. And I don't think I'm wrong in saying that companies like the Four Horsemen and other companies before them have really helped to pioneer that. So to everybody out here and just on the screen alone, thank you guys for that, and of course thank you for making this project a reality. What has been the most rewarding aspect of this, other than obviously achieving the goal, for anybody here who wants to speak up a little bit about the process?
Oh gosh, I feel like I'm on the spotlight again. I'm in the corner. Am I
Can somebody rescue Quaid?
I almost feel like this question is directed at me. The rewards of doing something like this they're going to be something just like the last passion project that I did, that there were years after I was done with that where I continued to learn what the rewards were. I continued to experience what some of the fruits of that labor was, well beyond just the physical achievement of what had been done. And I think this is going to very much follow suit. I had a wonderful conversation with Cornboy a month or so ago about, how unreal it is to finally hold that thing in your hand, and all the blood, sweat, and tears and way too much money that goes into making it a reality is a thing. But there's so much more of a depthful reward to that than just finishing the project. One of our main statement pieces of, I guess, our mission as a company is to impact the toy industry with something that has seemingly begun to dwindle. And I think that's what we're seeing with indie companies at large begin to address, is kind of this atrophy of wonder. We've spent so long looking at different versions of the same thing for 30 to 40 years. And there's something irreplaceable about the authentic joy that you get from something that's special. And sometimes that comes in packages that are a lot more intimate. There's not this plethora of availability. This is something that's very, very unique and isolated to a specific idea in a specific time frame. And it's not scarcity that I'm talking about so much as wonder. There's something that is irreplaceable when you look at your shelf and you have pieces of you and parts of what make you who you are for display, and that there's pieces of those things that mean things. There's not despite the overwhelming amount of robots behind me, there's not a single one I have that doesn't stand for something that I love as a person. And I came to a place as a creator where I was super, super disinterested in consumption for the sake of consumption. And so having something that holds an intense meaning, I think is irreplaceable when it comes to this industry. And we would love to see products that hold that place, that you look at on your shelf 10 years later and go, that mattered and continues to matter.
If I could jump in real quick. So I've been in the toy industry for over 30 years now. I know I don't look it, but I jumped on the Horseman and started working with Quaid back in September. And the amount of passion this young man has, he's only in his 20s, guys. I don't want to give away his age or anything, but I mean, passion and just attention to detail and the care, I have not seen it in a long time. I was at Hasbro for a number of years and worked on a lot of different brands, a lot of different IPs and licensed stuff. And even when, Lucasfilm is coming to me saying, make this way or that way, it's like, whatever, we're doing it because you told us to.
Yeah.
Quaid legitimately cares about every aspect of his toys. And once this is done, we're really going to get to work on making sure everything is exactly the way he wants. He's an action figure kid. You're a kid. You're a kid. So he knows what he wants. He sees all these stuff that everybody else has done, and he wants to take the best of everything and put it into his toy line. It's inspiring to be able to work with you, Quaid, and I'm excited about the next couple months while we actually get these created.
That's another one of the best compliments I've ever received. Seriously. I forgot my tissues.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to step out for the evening. That way we can get Terrence and Gina back on. But I do want to say, again, Quaid, congratulations. Hopefully our conversations late at night or early in the morning won't disappear over the couple months. But if they do, it's because you're going to be nose deep into making some awesome toys. So
you'll just be keeping me sane in different ways.
and thank you, everyone, for allowing me the time to come in here and help celebrate with everyone. So.
Mike, you're awesome, man. Thanks for supporting Quaid all this time. I know he and I have a lot of deep conversations, and your name always comes up as being one of the best and most faithful supporters of him and Abigail, and certainly not just for the Kickstarter, but just on a personal level. So thanks for that, man. That's just awesome.
Thank you for that, Ryan. And for that, I need to update my pledge. So the check's in the mail literally in a couple minutes.
I love it.
All right. Well, have a good night, everyone.
Great to see you, Mike.
Take care.
Bye.
Where are we at as far as the pledging goes right now?
Yeah, we are. I was just about to do. Funny how you say that, Cornboy. I was just about to bring that up. So, yeah, it's going well. I mean, things are obviously moving. Where the heck is the button? I gotta love these things. All right, yeah. So, easy. We were at 203,143. 203,143. Now we're all the way up to almost hitting 204,000. We are literally a few dollars away from $204,000. It just keeps going, and we still have 76 minutes to go. We can really get this number up. But don't forget, guys, there is backer kit after this, so you can keep buying figures. They will be a little bit more expensive, but you know what? It's well worth it. And I do believe that there is a segment of the fandom that only really funds things when they're fully completed, because I think a lot of people do want to see that that projects are completed, and that what they can rest assured that these things are going to get made. I think that is a factor. I think Hatter, we actually got another dozen or like another couple of at least a couple $1,000 more pledges, almost $20,000 in pledges after the fact. So yeah, it's definitely a lucrative thing to have. Keep pledging. Keep pledging, guys. Joining us right now, back from and fully dressed. Actually, is Terrence and Gina. There he is.
And for the record, they weren't boxers; they were swim shorts. I'm just putting that out there.
He's in Florida.
How are we supposed to know that one? How are we supposed to know that when all of a sudden we just see you stand up and we're like, "What the heck are you doing?"
Listen, everyone knows a good
pirate hat.
Everyone knows a good pirate keeps his deck covered. And keeps his cannon concealed until needed. You know what I mean?
I'm ready to do anything for this campaign. That's all it is.
Well, Terrence, you helped convince me and so many others. The way you went to every single convention that you could to make this and showcase to people why this line has been so worth it. Tell us your thoughts about having to go to every single convention. Who did you meet? What did they think? And what are your overall takeaways from this?
I mean, I could never go through all the who did we meet, but I will tell you that the great thing about going to these conventions is obviously you meet the community, the people, the collectors, and they are really who are going to make this possible. These things are fan funded after all. That's what crowdfunding is all about, and they only happen when people really get on board and really get behind these things. But I will say that we had a lot of great interactions with folks who we know have the ability to reach out to a wider audience. People like Robo Don't Know and yourself and Jay over at Geek Dad Life only about a week or so ago at IshCon. I mean, so every time we knew we interacted with somebody like that, we knew that they would be able to help us, get the word out to even more people. And that's really critical. That's something that you can write text, you can write instant messages. I've been in communication with Hatter for the last few months. I mean, it's we wanted to make sure that we expanded the message because we didn't want this falling between the cracks or getting lost. I go to these shows anyway. I love to go to toy shows. It's one of the things I love to do. If anything, this basically empowered me to use those trips to do something good, not only for Quaid, but obviously I feel anybody that's not getting on board for this project is missing out on these great figures. We've had such a great experience. It was great being with Eric at Toylanta. We had a pretty humorous encounter with somebody who was looking at the figures and saying that they thought it looked like it was a cross between a Savage Crucible and a Mythic Legions figure based on the paint job of the leather jackets on Morningstar. And Eric standing directly behind the guy commenting on this. So it was pretty fantastic to be able to introduce him to the painter. So he had a good eye, I guess. He was able to identify where that pedigree of artwork, art style came from.
Yeah, I was impressed, actually.
For me, and that's why I jumped in because I'm going to just jump in with my 2 cents and say my favorite thing about this and being at the conventions is seeing people react to the figures, like people who are seeing them for the very first time or people who had seen them online and saw them in person for the first time and just seeing how awestruck they were and just remarking on the incredible details. I'd seen the pictures before we got our hands on them. And until you actually see all of the pieces of the coral on Charybdis, like, Quaid, you did a great job with the pictures, but the pictures don't do justice. Like, you don't pick up on all the little nuances of all of the details, all of the incredible detail work that was put in by the sculptors, that was put in by Eric and Sherry as they painted. Like, you don't see that until it's in front of your hands. So, and seeing people's reaction to it that was my favorite part.
Yeah, it was irreplaceable to see that at Legions Con as well. I don't think I knew what I had in my hands, honestly, once we were done, because we put so much passion in what those sculpts were, but nothing could have prepared me for how, you know, people will zero in on just one little thing. It's not just, oh, I love how this action figure looks. No, I love the suction cups on Charybdis's hands. I want to see more of that. Pick a detail.
They're amazing.
The 1/6 shooter says, "Congrats, Quaid, and everybody. Still want that 230 unlock. Let's go! Absolutely. We cannot wait. And of course, hopefully, we get some photos from both John and the 1/6.
It's up to you, John. It's up to you. There's so many people that can take so many.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna have to go. You've got one other Eric in here, so you know I guess I'm just an extra. So. Again, congratulations, Quaid. Please congratulate Abigail as well for me.
I will.
You guys, I know that you guys put your heart and soul and a lot of money in this, and you're finally seeing the returns, and I cannot wait to see where this goes. Congratulations.
Work. I'm so grateful to you guys. Thank you, CB, for everything.
You're very welcome. Congratulations. Good night, everybody.
Good night, CB.
Good night. Later.
See you, CB.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, we still got a few. We still got at least. We're coming down to the hour mark, but we got tons of time. So, yeah, this is the final countdown, everybody. If you haven't gotten your pledge in yet, you need to get it in right now, because after this, as Quaid has alluded to, the price actually will go up. So we are currently at $203,993, like quite literally $4 away from $204,000. So. That's absolutely bonkers. So,
and Jay, I do want to have a caveat to something you said earlier about like how sometimes, you know, these things don't fund until everything unlocks. So I mean, everything that was in the original all in has unlocked. So I mean, it's a great value if people want to take advantage of that right now. You will get everything that was originally initially promised in the all in. The only things that are not included in the all-in are things that were never going to be in the all-in to begin with, which is Brian Jaw, who is an exclusive figure that for Kickstarter that was unveiled on Monday, and the 2-pack that is going to be the 230 unlock. So, I mean, you really are getting a great value with all the figures that we've made available thus far. I myself could not control myself. I had to have more crew builders. I definitely had to have a couple extras of some of the pirates because not only do I just think that the alternate heads give some opportunities to do other things, but I definitely needed more coral rates, and I needed to have, I mean, Gravemoor just has a special place in my heart personally. So I mean, had to have a couple of him because my love goes back to the 80s on certain characters, but yeah, I mean, there's just you're getting all those things that are currently silhouetted on this particular image. They've all been unlocked since we hit the since Friday, basically. You know, so you'll get everything in there. You're not missing out on anything there. It's only up to you whether you want the other couple. You know, right now the only thing is Brian Joe that you can get outside of that if you wanted it. You know.
Speaking of that, we have hit $204,000, guys. There it is, $204,110. Thank you guys again. 798 backers. I think
almost 800 people.
800 is 800. The nice 800 round number is coming. I think that a few more people jumping on, and it's always the last minute. You know, this is how these things go. But thanks to everybody who supported this project. You guys really have made this an incredible run. All 798 of you are in for a treat. I mean, these things are absolutely incredible. You know, when I saw the suckers on the hands, I was like, oh, okay, that's next level crap, man. That's absolutely. I mean, like, I'm
that's
like,
Tuesday at Four Horsemen Studios. I'm just putting that out there. You know,
exactly.
Suckers on the hands. I'm like, God, you guys.
I just love all of the coral on his jacket, on his boots and pants, and on the actual weapons. Like, it's just so cool.
Well, he's such a delicious sculpt, for lack of a better term, that I'm so glad that we were able to use it in multiple purposeful ways. Obviously, we have the coral wraith that kind of takes that sculpting and brings that environment into the form of a whole separate type of creature. But then Brinejaw got to display that in a completely different asymmetrical fashion. the whole implications that Gravemore, the Storm Hexed, and Brian Job brought to that, they were something that were integrated into the campaign specifically. They're not expressly baked into the story Bible. All the purple characters were very much done for this first go round, and so the Storm Hexed as a faction have kind of become something of their own, and that's something that I'm excited to elaborate on, because you don't do toys without purple, and I'm so glad that we had such a natural transition into making sure that we have that, because Deathmoid's just asking to be recolored 5, 6, 7 times.
Yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon with this collection. I mean, like the detail, the sculpt, and again, I it's hard to know where everything begins and where it ends. I mean, it's really quite a testament to how this whole line. I mean, that they are. Those are sucker hands, man. Like, come on, like those things.
Well, the naturalistic and cinematic quality was something that we were desperate to achieve, and had every confidence that the Horsemen would be able to translate. And there's so much more. There's so much organic matter on these guys, between not just environment that's on people, textures of seawater that's left, impressions on their coat, but the layers of detail that we wanted were hopefully to complement a lot of the things that people have already seen on indie toy shelves, because there's so many textures that you can do with pirate characters that we don't see on a lot of action figures now. There's so many different layers of clothing that bring a level of depth to a sculpt that's really unique to these, and that was super exciting to tackle. It's just very, very unique to this line.
Yeah, and of course, speaking about the overall scale and size, I think there is a photo here about how well they scale.
I think it was up there actually, a little sooner.
Was it further
Like probably right after the articulation, something like that.
And being the king of actually tonight, I just will point out with the photos that these are 4% larger than they actually will be at finished. So they'll be closer to some of the figures you're actually seeing here. But these are incredible figures. I think they lend themselves to a lot of different lines, honestly. You know what I mean? You see them here with a lot of Mythic Legions figures. But I think that these figures will look great against lots of lines like Masterverse. We've seen them with Plunderlings, which have been a lot of fun. I couldn't help when we were looking at the Gum It Up Makers figures earlier that those feel like they work really well with Plunderlings, Animal Wars Kingdom. I mean, these figures are just fantastic. I mean, we were talking earlier about how pirates are awesome, but then when you work in like the mystical parts of it, I think all the best lines do that in a way. Like, if you have Master Universe, it's a place where cowboys can exist and where pirates can exist. And, when you get into Star Wars, like Star Wars is a place where it's set in space, but it's basically knights and wizards. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of, whenever you bring these mashups of things, I think that's where the most fantastic toy lines come out of in a way. They really hit on all the imaginary kind of ideas we have.
There's an arcane element that you can bring to almost any IP that will instantly elevate it. That's definitely how I felt when we approached this, because we could have taken the hyper traditional route, and there's room for that as well. We're interested in exploring characters that are even more grounded in historical piracy, but there's something irreplaceable about bringing this fully fledged fantasy realm into execution, and that's why you see things like Alistair's taking a spin on Troph of an eye patch, and there's actually some power and some mythical qualities to why he has an eye the way he does. Of course, that figure has a normal head sculpt as well, interchangeable with that one, but there was so many different little nuances that we were able to bring to these characters that are familiar and yet new, and that aged quality was something that we were able to do. So I absolutely love the comparison actually with Masterverse, because they do fit in really, 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 really well with that.
Absolutely. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Gina who actually asked female pirates next in the next Kickstarter. I think that's
one of our biggest and most influential characters in the storyline is a female pirate, and of course there's a lot of implications when you introduce a female sculpt into a line, which is just a necessity. You want to have as much variation as possible, and that's the best way to do it. But not only is she a character that we want to make sure that we're getting very, very right, but a female sculpt comes with completely different challenges than a male one, and you have to find a way to make sure that that feels just as intuitive. Something that bugged the ever-loving crap out of me was a lot of Hasbro's early sculpts in Marvel Legends for female characters. It literally felt like when you were handling that toy that they just didn't care that this was a girl. It didn't make any sense. Nobody had torso articulation, nobody had elbows, there was all kinds of limitations simply because the sculpt was inherently more petite. I just saw that as a really, really weird excuse. So there's lots of ways to explore making that as intuitive and purposeful as a sculpt as possible and make sure that you can use it again. And so
I have a big question though.
Yeah.
So George disappeared and Chris
Holy.
appeared. So are they in fact the same person? And how do they make that work on 4 o'clock? I don't understand how that works.
They're not the same person, I promise you.
I am definitely more handsome. Don't worry.
I mean, Chris is a master of disguises. You know what I mean? It could be that George was never actually here. I'm not really sure, you know?
George is a figment of everyone's imagination.
We have just hit, I don't know why it's going slow, but what's going on there?
It's all my pontificating with my photos.
Wow, that took forever. All right, we just hit $205,115, guys. Thank you, guys. On 800 backers, everybody.
Yar.
We did it. 800 freaking backers of this project. Thank you to everybody who has backed this project. We're down to the final hour, everybody. 59 minutes left to go. Keep pledging. We can make this happen. I still feel we can get up to 210,000 if we keep this going. And of course, even after that, there's other opportunities. But I would like to see 210,000, 215,000 if we can actually make it. So
that'd be lovely,
guys. Thank you so much for backing this project. It really has been a dream come true for a lot of us. And yeah, the Tide Realm Corsairs are coming. So more options being unlocked as we speak. Obviously, the Void of the Black Tide is now available for pledging. Same thing with Storm Hex, my personal favorite, for obvious reasons. But yeah, he's very much available. Purple and all, I love it. The Deluxe Ghost Army Builder, available for pledging right now. I love this guy mainly because the ethereal aspect of it. Now, I asked Terrence this, and I might as well ask it straight. Does he glow, or is it just the ethereal paint? Like, what's the overall angle with this?
That's what we're exploring. Is the paint deco is going to be most of where that effect comes from. If it's not glow in the dark, then it'll be UV reaction. And I'm really excited to explore that because some of the a lot of the products I've seen from Horsemen that use the UV light paint, I'm extremely impressed with, and I have some.
Like which ones?
Let's see, which one was I thinking about? There's a really cool giant green ogre demon thing that does that really, really well.
And as a Hazar.
I'm interested in exploring some similar stuff with this character.
Yep.
Got it.
And also, First Mate Brinejaw is also available for pledging. And
I'm so excited for that one. I actually just asked Terrence, I'm like, you got me the extra one, right? Because I want to paint him.
We ordered 3.
Yeah.
And, you know.
He was like, yeah, I got you. I'm like, okay, good.
And of course, one of the things that I really love are the additional accessories, the peg legs, the muskets, the guns, which actually look like they could be either mythic legions or cosmic legions. You know what I mean? These types of ideas.
They have a pretty cool aesthetic.
Absolutely. And just because we do have to, everyone asks the same question. We might as well ask it one more time. Are these compatible with mythic legions, or are they slightly different?
They're completely different. Their system is unique to this line in and of itself, but the experience is similar in lots of aspects. What you see in that captain's kit is what had kind of essentially unlocked a lot of the modularity that we're able to integrate within these guys. So different system, different peg diameter, but same approach to a lot of the customizability that you can achieve with these guys.
So I'm going to say something, and I want all the 4-H employees to cover their ears. Okay, so you can pop and swap within the Corsairs line. It will not pop and swap with Mythic Legions. However, I've seen people get very creative with the Dremel. If you are creative,
and blue tack,
and if you're creative, I'm sure you can find a way.
What you do with your toys is your business, yeah.
Right. Once it's in your hands, what you do to your toys is up to you. However you like to Customize.
Buy a couple in
whatever.
case you break some, and just buy, have backups, I mean, have multiples on hand.
Well, I mean,
that's what Ryan will be doing. He'll just be chewing on a couple just to test the durability.
There you go.
I'm a little worried. Quaid described them as being delicious before, and now he's talking about people eating them.
Yeah,
These are
that purple
not
color is
consumables,
literal.
guys, not
Charybdis is
consumables.
not calamari, no matter what.
You would take that very offensive.
Legion's Con is a testament to how creative people can be. I mean, like every single person who shows up there brings a ton of their own creativity to the fray. The photographers like John and everybody out there. You know what I mean? Like they're just making magic happen. So it's been absolutely incredible. And plans for this year's Legion Con. Are you looking at maybe having possible Wave 2 prototypes there or something along those lines? What
gosh, everybody's getting real ahead of themselves. No, we're still exploring what the heck Legion's Con will look like this year. If not this year, it'll certainly be next year.
What I would say about Legion's Con, though, even if Quaid's not there, I never miss a Legion's Con.
I can think of
And
someone.
I feel
who
like
I'm
a bit of an ambassador for Quaid in a way. So I am sure that the Tide Realms will be represented in some form or fashion at Legion's Con this year. If I'm there, I don't know if I'll be wearing this, for instance, but I know that I'll be there representing Tide Realms.
As long as Terrence keeps his pants on, I think everybody will be happy. I mean, like
swim shorts. They're swim shorts.
I think that was the highlight of the stream. I mean, like that's gonna be on tomorrow's story for Terrence.
I'm big about transparency. You know what I mean?
Holy,
nothing to hide.
Holy.
Everett's joined us. What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
Great. How you doing? Congratulations, Quaid. You and Abigail.
Good to see you again, Everett.
Thank you so much. Maybe you could talk to somebody in production if you can get some early samples out for Legion's Con.
That ain't gonna happen.
Well, all right. There goes that idea.
I think we can make it happen. I think we can make it happen.
Somebody mute Bill. That's not going to happen. my other advice is do not start another Kickstarter until you fulfilled the first one.
That is some sound advice.
I mean, I've got a bunch of demons that came out before the first wave of someone's Kickstarter, so you know.
Well, some people do it differently.
Some people do it differently.
The Bible's full of hypocrisy. I'm just putting that out there. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, I think Quaid wants to make money, right?
That's the general concept. Eventually, making money is the
avoid tariffs.
Yeah.
If there was a way to avoid
you can make. What about a tariff? You can name one of the characters Tariff, and
That's
make them like.
idea. Seriously.
The new name, the new pirate name, Tariff.
That's fantastic.
The evil pirate that steals the booty before it gets to shore, before it gets to the
Way
port.
smarter than I am.
Yeah. You're getting into Flipboard territory there. We're just.
There you go.
We're flipping everything. I mean, like.
We'll talk to your people.
We need some pirates, Hatter. I think we definitely There's got to be a pirate in the world of Neferity. I think that's definitely.
Oh, we have something.
Okay, we do, but we're not going to talk about it.
He cannot be named Tariff. We have video of it right now.
No, that's not how that works.
You still got to copyright it. But yeah, what a time to be alive for independent toys. I mean, like all of us are just it really is incredible how, in my opinion, anyway. I'm not gonna speak for anybody else, but I see that so many different mainline toys just don't seem to hit the mark in terms of like the way they're supposed to look or the way they need to be. Their articulation just seems to be, and you know what? It's crazy how some, I'm not going to say official thing, but like some independent projects, however they're produced, are actually doing some way better, figures than the Again, this is my opinion, but way better figures than what's out there already.
I'm going to jump in. right there. I'm going to defend a little bit of the Hasbro folks out there.
And I'm going to jump in right after Bill to knock him back down.
Mute Chris, he doesn't matter. But what I'll say is what the larger companies are doing is mass producing toys primarily for children, but they also have to meet that retailer's suggested retail prices, and they're worried about their variable margins and all this stuff. They're worried about that paycheck that's coming in, and they have to keep things underneath a certain price point to fit on the shelf. And they're listening to Walmart, Target, and Walgreens sometimes even now, but they're trying to meet that customer's needs. That then, you know, they pump out the action figures and the toys for all the people to enjoy. But the things like Quaid and all these independent toy manufacturers get to do is it's really art, and they get to just put the coolest stuff out there, which is great. And they can spend the extra money on the paint, where at Hasbro, for example, on Black Series, we had to stay below 95 paint applications per figure. That's really hard to do and match what's on screen and make it fun and compelling to consumers. And, you know, with a lot of these action figures, you can just do what you want. And if it's 250 paint applications, it's 250 paint applications. It's fine.
Yeah.
So that's where the difference is. So I'm not really like, to me, it's like it's apples and oranges. These are completely different than what you see at like Target and Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, go ahead, Chris. Say what you're going to say. Oh, there it goes. He's frozen.
Yeah. To add to that, the smart people come to me to get their toys made. That's all I can say. I mean, honestly, you know, being which is still weird for me, being like maybe the top person to handle like all these indie lines, like, and I say that with a lot of humility because I never expected to ever be doing such a thing, but like to be able to handle all these lines that I've handled so far and to help people make exactly what they want to make has been awesome. I mean, even including my own line, you know, I never thought I'd have my own line, for crying out loud. So it's like, you know, being able to do what you want to do is such a fantastic and freeing thing. But at the same time, you know, the onus is on you. You got to raise all that money. You got to, you know, handle everything. I mean, development and the production and everything. It's a lot of work, but at the end of the day, it's like you look at it and you go, that's mine. I did that. That's my baby, you know, and it's people have that now and it's really cool.
That's irreplaceable.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really talking specifically about the industry as a whole. I was just literally talking about, you know, my own personal preferences. You know, I would like certain, as Quaid mentioned it before, like certain female characters just are not respected the way they should be. I mean, like, you know, they should, like every character by now. Again, I'm not centering out anybody. If anybody's thought, you know, if anybody's a Super 7 fan, I love Super 7 too. Okay, like seriously. But I mean, like articulation at this stage should be way up there. You know what I mean? Like invest in the technology now. I mean, molds, like, you know, molds are molds. You know, it's just about learning how to do those things and getting them to work properly. And
precisely,
you know, for me, it's just you know, things like that.
So little self-promotion in dealing with the female figures. When Nippon Adventures Kickstarter is available, you will have a brand new female buck, fully articulated, just like the male buck, with soft goods and lots of details and loads of fun stuff. So coming soon, trust me.
Can't wait. Wouldn't that be called a female doe, not a female buck? Female doe.
There's a big difference.
Kind of redundant. We'll just call it doe.
A male buck is redundant then.
How late it is at night.
JJ, I'm gonna bounce. Okay.
All right, Hatter. Thanks so much for
nice meeting everybody.
Great to see you.
All right, bye bye. Good luck with the campaign.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
AJ, I gotta head out too, but I just want to say,
thanks,
Quaid,
John.
man,
Appreciate it, man.
Quaid, man, congratulations. You know, with the whole way, you know, I mean, appreciate you coming on our show and just like, I mean,
of course,
show off the Kickstarter and everything. I'm just so proud of you too, man. It's awesome. And again, just like somebody said in the chat, I expect figures in my hand at midnight
tomorrow. Get to work.
But no, appreciate it, man. And you know, thanks, Terrence, thanks, Jake, thanks everyone. Yeah, just congratulations. And
John.
good night, everyone.
Thanks, John.
Thank you so much, John.
See you.
And we As John leaves us, we are going to check in with the pledge because holy crap, as usual, the community does not fail to provide, and we are now again. We are now at $205,925, $75 away from $206,000. So at 805 backers, wow, this is crazy. So 45 minutes left to go, guys. We can definitely hit that 210 to 215,000. I'm pretty sure. But again, don't forget there is late pledging, but you should get in on it now because you don't want to be paying those extra, charges, which is unfortunate, but it does have to happen because the way
Kickstarter's got an interesting format. They literally require you to adjust it for post-campaign structure. And I was like, all right, well then let's just try to make it as low as possible for everybody because these are already right at where we wanted them, and the adjustment will be minor in backer kit.
Jay, I want to add what you were saying about independent versus the large companies. Like, you get to meet Quaid, you get to meet Chris, you get to meet you get to meet the people that are making these things, and it's just a different thing when you understand. I mean, we see it every year. Black Friday comes and then people say Small Business Sunday or Saturday, whatever they do. It's like, let's support small business. We get to support these small companies, these small businesses, and we get to meet them. We get to hang out with them. So, if you believe in that, which I believe we need to do, because then what you were saying, it pushes these larger companies to do better. Because when people stop buying their stuff because it's not as aesthetically pleasing, it's not as articulated, they need to then go and say, well, why are we losing these customers? And so that's a huge part of it also is being able, it's a different thing, just talking to the people that made it and seeing their story, not just because, if I ever got a chance to speak to somebody from a large company, what are they going to say? We do this just so we can put food on the, just so I can make a profit, we can pay the shareholders.
Yeah.
Like, these guys do it because they have passion for it, because they enjoy it, because they love it. We're going to have pirates. We've got a Jesus, you got like figures that
Pirate
we might
Jesus.
not have ever got before.
I love that.
Here we go. Pirate Jesus.
That exists. Been crossover, Quaid.
206,000. That is a nice number there. 220, 60, 60. That is a very
fantastic
nice
number.
number.
806 backers.
Again, congratulations, guys! Like, thank you so much for all the continued pledging. And 806. There are a lot of sixes in that in that number.
That's what happens when Chris starts talking. You know what I mean? The sixes start triplicating. But
we're just talking about Jesus. It should be a bunch of seven.
So Quaid, I will say, personally, I hope that it hits 227,000 because since it's my birthday, February 27th, I want to see that number happen. But maybe we're asking a lot, but I have faith. You know me, I'm a man of faith.
I don't think we're asking too much.
We still got the backer kit. There's many opportunities for us to keep going. To keep up higher, and higher and higher.
Ryan's hair is still higher than my campaign is, so we need to.
I'm working on it, everybody. Working on it.
On that
So
note,
Quaid. Oh, real quick, sorry, I do have to go because my phone is about to die, and I have to also go to sleep because I have to deal with kids in the morning.
Okay.
So I just wanted to jump on for a little bit. So I want to say congrats, of course, and good luck with the remaining 42 minutes, I guess. I'll be eager to see what the number is when I wake up tomorrow.
Of course. It's great to see you, Chris. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris.
No problem. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
Chris.
Good luck.
Absolutely.
Bill, see you on Wednesday.
You got it. Whatever. He's my boss.
Who was that guy?
This is the crazy thing about ending a Kickstarter on a Sunday. You still gotta get.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, everybody's gonna get Brandon early and get right back to work for all the other things.
Yeah, but you know what? There's always the highs and the lows with crowdfunding, and this is definitely one of those high moments. It's.
I'd like to jump in again because Quaid was not sleeping this week, not eating, and we have our one-on-ones every week, but we had a few of them this week, and talking through texts, Facebook Messenger, all these different things.
Yeah,
he was so stressed. And I know, Terrence, you probably know for sure, but I mean, everybody here probably has heard, because I think we're all like his therapists, and he just kind of like reaches out to us.
Yeah,
it's just been fantastic to see this number getting as high as it is.
When I'm not wearing this, it's definitely a white coat that I walk around with.
Right.
You know,
I was actually Eric Treadway was at my house 2 weeks ago, and Quaid was calling me and texting me, and he's like, I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's work stuff.
It's work stuff. Actually, we went away for the weekend, and Quaid actually sent me a long voice message, and he's like, "Can I hear it?" I was like, "No, this is private." But a lot of it's like just, you know. So I'll say if we can just get this number up a little higher, Quaid will sleep more and he'll eat more, and we'll all be happier.
I had Mike tell me a very profound thing the other day over the same media text message. He's like, you can't make any pirates if you're dead. You gotta eat something.
So I have to say though, like after hearing Bill's story, I kind of feel like he had to turn to his wife and be like, "It's just Jake. He's wearing khakis." Like, you know what I mean? Like it was almost like a State Farm commercial. Like, in case he's worried about who he's on the phone with late at night on these messages and stuff like that. But it's not really a State Farm commercial. But I will say that, it's I had multiple moments over the last few weeks with Quaid where I was like, I'm going to reach out to Ryan privately, because is this kid losing his mind? Like, he was so anxious, you know what I mean? Like, and I know, Ryan's had his own things that he's been juggling and dealing with over the last couple of weeks. It's, again, not trying to make the puns here, but it's been like a perfect storm over the last couple of weeks with different things happening in different people's lives, where, Quaid's had a lot of things going on. Ryan's had a lot of things going on. And I'm like, and I've had stuff, and I'm like, this is not the time for those things to go wrong right now. We've got to have all hands on deck to really see this, into port. But
all hands on deck.
Yep, there you go. So, but so whatever it said earlier, and what's being said here in a lot, and for the audience, I hope that they may be in on understanding how Kickstarters work and why they happen, and in a lot of cases, these toys are not being made by the big companies. So if you want to see them made, you got to get people behind them. Things like Flipboard, or things like, I put up a post maybe about 6 months ago talking about how many great companies that we support now only exist because of Kickstarter, and that's because people came together to make them real, whether it's Valaverse, whether it's Savage Crucible, whether it's Plunderlings, whether it's, depending on what Horsemen it is. Four Horsemen, obviously. Four Horsemen,
Kickstarter.
Four Horsemen is like the champion of Kickstarter. They've had 2 figure Mythic Legions Kickstarters, and then of course they had the role-playing game. You know what I mean? Like nobody does it like they do, and but there's just so many great kind of Biblical Adventures is another one. It's just, you can go through a list, and there's so many that are coming too, but it's really kind of like you're putting your idea out there for like a jury to basically decide whether or not it deserves to get made. And I have friends even who sit there and go, yeah, but I'll wait till it goes to retail, and there's no guarantee of that anymore. When we've been at conventions, people say to us things like, "Oh, will it go to BBTS or something like that?" And we don't know. There's no guarantee. They don't take the gamble that they once did. And people, I think, sometimes don't realize how small the margins are on these projects, that there's not enough profit there to give a company like a BBTS what they expect in terms of like a 40% discount. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So it's really up to people to look at themselves almost as investors of a sort. And get behind a project like this and decide for themselves that this deserves to be in my collection. It deserves to be on my shelf. And really the heart of it is, I want what I see on the screen, and I want it to be real, and I want to own it, and
well, somebody at IshCon, I might have even been you, somebody at IshCon had made the comment of Kickstarter is where people can vote with their money for the toys they want to see get created. Yeah. That's pretty much what you're doing. You're voting with your money on the toys that you want to see get created.
It's a very different experience than a pre-order. You're having a different conversation with a creator and a different conversation with the object. You're part of making it a reality, not just saying, "Oh, that's cool, I'd like that on my shelf." You're a piece of what makes that thing what it is. That's what makes you an investor rather than just a collector, and that's what differentiates it. That's what makes you as a backer so special as an individual. You're not just a consumer, you're part of the Tide Realm family, And that
you have skin in the game at that point, you know, and it's a matter of like, we've had people come up to us and ask us, is this part of a video game? Is this part of a comic book? Is this part of, you know, where will I see? Is this a TV show or a cartoon? And I'm like, no, this is its own thing. And I mean, you know, talking about big companies and what they make, I mean, you know, how often have you probably heard somebody say about movies as an example that there are no good ideas out there anymore, that, you know, you keep seeing the same things remade or recycled, you know, and not to say that Pirates are super original, but it's clear that they haven't been in production as an action figure line in a 1/12 scale for over 20 years. You know, multiple times tonight you heard people say that, you know, they grew up with Darkwater, Pirates of Darkwater. And I think that that's also a testament. Yes, there are things like One Piece out there. There are things like Pirates of the Caribbean that were made by maybe Diamond Select or NECA or something at one point or another. You know, but the idea being that in order to have new ideas, new takes on pirates, and in some cases, it's not so much even a new idea, but going back to something that we loved once upon a time that isn't being made today. You know, you're going to have to get behind it, and you can't sit on the sidelines and wait for a Mattel or Hasbro to do it. And even if you do, are you going to be happy with the result versus what you're seeing in this line? I mean, the sculpting, the painting apps, I mean, it's something far different, far better. And I think that if you believe it, you should back it.
I think that's what people are doing right now because it just jumped again.
Love it. Nice.
Yes, as a matter of fact, we should just check on that really quickly. And yeah, it has actually jumped from 206,000 all the way up to 206,840. We're practically
every time I speak, it happens. I'm just putting it out there, you know, like.
Maybe it's the swim
we're going to get 207,000.
It's the swim shorts.
There it is again, 206,920. We are
the power of a single sentence for me.
$80 away. Keep talking. $80 away.
Oh, don't worry, he does.
Also, you know, when people talk about having something exclusive, right? What do people love, right? People love convention exclusives, right? They always say, "Oh, I love the convention exclusives. I love when things are limited edition. When things are okay." Look at there's 809 backers. There's less than 1,000 people that are going to have this initially.
Yeah,
this is exclusive right here. Like you're going to have something that not that many people have. You are going to have an exclusive thing. You're going to have, you know, we know that's what people love when it's like, oh, this was only made, you know, there's 2,000 figures, there's 10,000 figures. There's like, we never know what the numbers are. You know, 2,000 we know is a low number run for action figures. So, you know, when people are out there talking about they love the exclusives, most of these, you know, figure lines that come out from independent artists initially, you know, they're not like a Four Horsemen now. After 10 years, we all know their production runs are bigger, but initially, some of those figures may be in the hundreds or 1,000 maybe were made from that original Kickstarter. Those original figures, you look what they're worth. So you have a chance to have something that very few people are going to have.
I've had that conversation a couple times with folks that are just curious and they're still learning about the process of Kickstarter and everything that makes it unique from buying something from a direct pre-order. And that we got that question all the time. Obviously we had our own campaign exclusives, but that whole
I'm just saying this guy would look great with this line. I mean, if I only knew the painter behind this who made Koi possible, I mean, you know, I only own about 6 of this.
He might be nearby.
So incredible.
Guys,
I do what I can.
We just hit $207,250.
Wow.
Guys. 811 backers.
Probably because more of those exclusives. I was just going to say.
Look, say two more people were like, hey, I want an exclusive.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've told people over and over and over. They're like, what's exclusive? What's sought after? I'm like, they're all a Kickstarter exclusive. That's how this works. That's how we start. The whole thing is Kickstarter exclusive.
Yeah. People just don't realize just how rare, you know, certain Kickstarter figures are. I mean, like a minimum quantity run of even 1,000 is incredibly rare when you start to think about what Mattel or what Hasbro, you know, what their MOQs are, you know, just to be able to deliver to a Walmart or to a Target. You know what I mean? Like you know, we're looking at 10,000, 20,000, depending on the type of toy, right? So, I mean, you are looking at very finite amount of quantities out there. So, yeah, it is really, and you know what? Half the time, a lot of people don't realize this too. Over time, those get lost. They got lost in the shuffle. They disappear.
Oh yeah.
People lose them. People pass on, and you know they get inherited by other family members. You start finding them in thrift stores. You know what I mean? It's really that kind of thing. And when you find a Mythic Legions figure, you know, from 10 years ago, you better recognize what that is right now, because it is worth a pretty penny at this point for a collector, right? So, yeah, it is a very unique position that the community, the toy community, has afforded themselves, really, and that's exactly what crowdfunding is, as you guys have alluded to many times over. The toy community is literally voting with their dollars to see, you know, which of these figures is truly, you know, sought after. Like which idea is really capturing the imagination. But it also comes down to passion. I find that if you're passionate about what you're doing, if you love what you're doing, if you project that to others and really explain what your idea is and where it comes from, and it really does come down to your team. You know, as we keep talking about it, you know, it takes a village to raise a child, and you can't spell team. You know, you can't spell team with just with an I. You know what I mean? It's got to be spelled with as
but
many.
you can spell it with T. I'm just putting it out there.
But you know what, we appreciate everybody who's been you know, on this journey, and I think you know, everybody who's made the sacrifices. I mean, like, Quaid's not even eating right now. It's getting ridiculous. You know, the guy's going to be a skeleton. He's going to be freaking you know, one of these skeleton warriors.
Just like the perished. Yeah, exactly. He'll be a parish.
We gotta get this kid fed. You know what I mean? Like, seriously,
Life imitates art. You know,
throw him a sandwich. I don't know, something, man. Like,
somebody give that kid a sandwich.
Somebody give that kid a sandwich.
Well, everybody that was involved in this, again, I wanna congratulate you guys. You know, from the painters to the sculptors to the production to the idea. So, you know, Quaid and Abigail, congratulations to you guys. Hopefully, I see you at Legions Con, and we'll hang out.
Of course,
you got to run. So,
all right, thank you very much for joining us.
Great to see you guys.
It was a great time.
Take care.
We are literally down to the last 30 minutes. I think this is the last minute, guys. If you were thinking about backing this project, now's the time to do it. Again, you'll be saving yourselves a little bit of money if you do. 28 minutes to go, and it just keeps going up. $207,370. Let's continue to see that. I'm expecting. I'm hoping anyway that we hit that 210. I really want to see that 210.
210 would be awesome
before the end of the night. That would be absolutely bonkers. And then, like I said, it will go to backer kit afterwards, but don't wait on that. You don't want to be spending those extra dollars for that.
Not necessary.
Really be spending it here. The all-in package is just an absolute steal. You're getting a lot of things. I mean, you know, Terrence, talk to us about how great this package is. Seriously.
Well, I think it's great. I mean, you get everything. All the figures that were originally offered in this all-in are now unlocked. So, I mean, you're getting, if I'm doing my math right here, it looks like you're getting, is it 11 figures? I think 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 figures plus the pirate kit. You know, and then I believe, Quaid, correct me if I'm wrong. Do you also get? Oh, I'm sorry. You get the 9 figures plus the 2 gear packs and the pirate kit. So, I mean,
you have 9 figures. You have an accessory, 2 accessory packs, and then you have the head kit. So you got 12 products in there.
Right.
So and you need extra figures for all the heads and all that, right? So really, you need like 2 all-ins or whatever. I mean, that's everyone should go back and review.
5, maybe 6.
And I was going to say, Jay just made a really good point. You want to go back this now because you don't want to have to spend more money later. If you really want to spend more money, go back it now and get more stuff for that same money.
Right.
Like, you know, and the thing is, it does have pledge over time. So you can, I don't know how many payments that is, but pledge over time is available for that. So, you know, again, if you're on the fence about it, that might be a way to go. Again, at least back something so that you can get into the backer kit. That's number 1. Number 2 is get what you can now. Again, even if you need to use that pledge over time, so that you're getting the best price point?
So a little bit over pledge over time. Pledge over time is great. It gives you the option of paying it off in 3 payments over the next 3 months. And the threshold for it is $120. So if you go in there and spend $120 on, let's just say, 2 of the captains and a crew builder, or there's a 3 captain pack in there, whatever you'd like to do. If you want to take the best of all worlds there, you put that on a pledge over time if you wanted to. That gives you access to the backer kit. However, now personally, I would also say that there are a couple there's the figure right now, Brian Jaw, who is a Kickstarter exclusive. I would throw him in there, because of the fact that guarantee yourself that your access to him, because he's just a really cool figure. He comes with a couple extra heads.
He's one of the best prices too.
Yeah, I mean, he's a uniquely priced figure. I believe it's $55 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And he's got it like most things. Sorry, not most. All things in this Kickstarter, they all have an interesting lore and story to them. But that figure in particular is interesting. He's a shapeshifter. He comes with he almost looks like he's an amalgamation of the best elements of the 3 factions. You get a skeleton head in there. You get a couple of the Tideborn type heads in there in a very spectral white color. I mean, Ryan did a great job depicting these in the renders that we have there. So it really is incredible. But I mean, it gives you the opportunity to get in there, get access to the backer kit, and add more at a later time if that's what is economically feasible for you. But at the meantime, of course, if you have the means and the desire, the all-in is the best value overall. If you're going to find yourself like some of my friends who always say they're going to cherry pick or pick what they want, and then over time end up scrambling to try to find the figures afterwards, you might as well go all in. And, 1's not enough. Get 2, but 2 is not right, because you should always go with an uneven number. Go for 3 or 5. I mean, that's the way to go.
Just look at that Coral Wraith. He's an extortionist in his own right. Big green one.
Yeah.
Well, there he is. Mythic Dolphin actually correcting all of us. Pledge over time requires $125. Pledge up, not $120, and it does it in 3 equal payments. So
yeah.
Mythic Dolphin taking care of all of us.
Well, I've been told, so now I know it's 125, not 120.
Do not doubt the Mythic Dolphin.
Don't doubt the dolphin. We need a T-shirt that says "Don't doubt the dolphin."
Don't doubt the dolphin. She knows all. He was very wise. So yes, Coral Wreath is definitely, in my opinion, one of the best values for sure. And it's going to be interesting to see how he looks with the new paint scheme and everything. Could we possibly see one of these on display at an upcoming convention? I think that
would be really, really cool. Again, we have a lot of options of stuff to get to work on. The minute I've actually slept and eaten something, then maybe one of those days I'll actually do that.
Now, I wanted to put Quaid on the spot here. Real
good.
Quick.
I love this.
Talking about the future of the line, right? We've talked about the he knows where this is going, the female pirate and some of the other characters. Now, I've got and I remember, and maybe Terrence can attest to this. There was at one point where there was a certain figure that I was pushing in a design I created, and he was.
Hold on. Jay, be ready to check your DMs momentarily.
Okay.
He was like, if this gets over 200K, maybe we can consider it. And so I just threw an image there that you can throw up on the screen.
Oh, you got it right. Okay.
It's a nameless kind of design, but it's just kind of an interesting homage that maybe now we can get Quaid to commit to it, because I've been pushing it for like 3 months now. So we'll see. We'll see if now that we are, and I believe this was like a team, right? Because I think Terrence had suggested the hat.
That's a team effort for sure.
It was definitely a team effort, and like Quaid has just the whole time been like, oh my gosh, like no. But if you want to throw the image up there, it's in the presentation, and maybe we can see what the group thinks.
I haven't gotten anything yet, but
okay.
Wait, I see it. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Oh, you got to type with one hook hand.
I've got it.
It's not related to like anything individual. It's just kind of a fun,
Does he come with a cheeseburger?
Oh my god, that's a hamburglar. That is so freaking.
Oh, weird. I don't really think it's just kind of a random pirate guy, But maybe it's up to interpretation. But
he looks like he's been eating Cheetos for like 3 weeks straight.
God. I love it. I love it. That's so cool.
Actually, that with the medallion being a cheeseburger could be kind of cool. You know, it goes right in the chest there. There's a
you gotta get a burger in there somehow. That's solid.
I sent you a couple, Jay. If you have a chance, check your DMs. But
did I see a couple more? Hold on for a second. Let me check.
Wait, blink twice if you don't want this to happen, and I'll say there's no room in the molds.
Look, you guys got to talk to McDonald's. Maybe they want a slice of that pirate pie.
I don't think this is completely unrelated from a nameless corporation. This was just an original idea that just came up.
Total coincidence, especially the hat.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's a good one. What was this guy's name? I can't even remember this guy's name. Like
Captain Filet-O-Fish, I think, or
Captain
something.
Filet-O-Fish? Get out of town! Really? That's awesome. God, I love Filet-O-Fish.
I think that's Arterius. I think.
Yeah, that's who that looks like.
And there he is, Parish.
What?
I love
Was that how that came about? Is that what happened?
If you play with the parts enough, and you get if we get the 230 unlock, I think you might be able to pull that off. I'm not positive, but
You know what's really funny too? Like,
there's only one way to find out. Get the 230. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. Yeah, I saw it in the comments earlier. Like, how come there are no parrots? Like, a lot of people have been asking where are the parrots?
We got the parrot question probably more times than anything else. When it came to creatures like that, we wanted to make sure that we were doing that very purposeful. So I wasn't terribly interested in having a little knickknack that just knocked around and you had to maybe pray to the pirate gods that it would balance on somebody's shoulder. The sculpts needed to be appropriate for making sure that that was intuitive while you're playing with it. So we wanted to make sure we did that at a time where that was actually purposeful and durable.
I actually have a bigger question. We didn't get parrots, but we got peg legs. We got hooks.
Yeah.
We got guys who have no eyes because they're skeletons. We've got a human that has almost like a spectral laser-ish kind of eye, but we have no eye patches.
Wave 2.
Where are the eye
Wave
patches?
2.
It's true. I mean, there's a lot of options. And
we wanted to make sure that we didn't use all of the expected pirate tropes in one go. You got to leave something for later.
There you go.
Yeah, wave 2's gotta have something, but I think there's probably enough room in the mold for a small parrot. Come on, guys! Like, seriously.
If you do either get Ryan's idea or this one, I think that you also you get the figure, you get a free Happy Meal. It's a reverse. You don't get the toy inside the Happy Meal, you get the Happy Meal with the toy.
Yeah, I like that.
Love that.
I love it. It's so cool. Was there a reason like?
So that's Jimmy. That's the designer of that dial. I had sent that earlier just to show you. This is Jimmy Haravec of HVX Dios. He's based out of North Carolina, and he's an incredible dio maker. He often works with Pete's Prints, who did almost all the 3D little extra items that are on there. The entire ship is made of foam, but like the windows, the cannons, those things were 3D printed. Those were done by Pete Johnson from Pete's Prints. They both do incredible work. They often have their work show up at Legion's Con. Like I said, Jimmy also did all the dio work for World War Hell, which was done by Grindhouse Toys, another awesome Kickstarter independent toy line. So, I mean, I just wanted to, and despite what that signage says in the background, it's just poor placement of my photography. That was not a Savage Crucible product. I just want to make that clear. But it's an incredible dio, and I just wanted to make sure Jimmy gets the proper credit for it.
Can I just say that again, like the creativity of the community? I mean, like, seriously, this blows my mind. First of all, the scope and the scale are absolutely bonkers to me. And then, at Motuniverse this year, I mean, Skelevator did this ridiculous. I mean, like, amazing. I wish you guys were there because this thing is just ridiculously oversized. Like, both of these things, they're absolutely massive. like in scope and scale. Like they are ridiculously huge. I mean,
How
like,
on earth would you transport that?
well, there's the thing. He needed a truck each.
Yeah.
Each it needed 2 trucks to get it to Motuniverse. It was
heavens.
I'm trying to find.
Just a shout out to Scalevator. I mean, you should definitely check out the Scalevator channel. He's built multiple similar, not quite as large as that, but done, Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain a couple different times. But this one was even more epic, and to bring it to Motuniverse was really a sight to be seen.
Yeah,
you should go definitely subscribe to his channel on YouTube.
Like check this out. Here is them trying to get into the building. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Goals, life goals.
Like look at this thing. This thing is.
Wow,
that's astonishing.
Like people have been saying, Mondo, you've got to build a. There I am filming like an idiot, but people have been asking Mondo to build like the full size 1/6 scale Castle Grayskull, and I was like, that is ridiculous. This thing is way bigger than 1/6. This thing's huge, but
it's big enough to fit a child.
I mean, this thing is just crazy. It is an actual full playset. Like it's a livable area, I think. And then you look at it compared to Snake Mountain. Snake Mountain like dwarfs it, not by much, but just ridiculous. But yeah, if you have a few hours, definitely watch the build of this thing. It was quite the daunting task. I mean, Ron goes through the whole thing. I mean, like look at that. That is just
amazing.
Like crazy, right? And look, I think that back there was one of the smaller examples that he built. So yeah, you can just sort of give that idea of what happened. I mean, it's just crazy. Here he is, beside it. It's crazy. Yeah, he documents the whole thing on his YouTube channel. So,
and I believe that was sent to a toy museum, right?
It was. It was sent to a toy museum, where it now resides, and yeah, it has its own happy little home. So yeah, again, the community is just incredibly fraught with just super talent, right? Whether or not you're a hobbyist or whether or not you're a working in the industry, just absolutely honored to have met and seen these things up close and personal. Speaking of goals, 208,000. $240. So congratulations, guys. Holy crap. 13 minutes to go. We can still hit that 2010. We can still do it in 13
Come on, people.
It's possible. It is very, very possible.
Push!
No matter what, Quaid, congratulations, brother. Like this has been.
I can't thank you guys enough for your time. I mean, you stayed up for 3 hours now with me to help celebrate. Like that means the world.
To that point, I'm going to skip out so I can be surprised when I wake up in the morning.
Sweet mysterious dreams.
But let's connect tomorrow and see if we can get together and have some conversations, Quaid.
Yeah, let's do that.
Thank you all. This has been fantastic. And Quaid,
Bye, Bill.
Abigail, congratulations again. Everyone involved has been fantastic. I'm happy to be part of the crew, so to speak. But it's been wonderful. Thank you, guys.
So glad to have you, Bill. Thanks so much.
Of course.
Bring the whale back when
I have to actually take him out right now. So.
Have a good night. Take care.
All right, guys.
Bill.
Yeah, it is quite quite the thing to see Kickstarter go from beginning to end, and now Quake can actually eat something tonight. Like it's going to be a really great monumental task for
seriously. I have to remember I've started remembering how to spell, and then I'll probably have to relearn how to ride a bike because my nervous system is that shot, and then we'll figure out how to use a fork again this evening.
That dude almost tripped on the chair. Yeah, you know what? It was so scary. That thing is made of all foam, and it really was a scary thing. And it's only in one piece. It's not modular. It does not come apart. So it was freaking crazy. And yeah, the museum. It's crazy because that was California. It has to go all the way to Oregon. It has to go all the way to the other side of the country. It's crazy, and yeah, it was just incredible seeing it coming into the building and then leaving the same way. It was just crazy. So Absolutely bonkers.
I will say though, if there is a wave 2, and if there's a wave 2, when there is a wave 2,
heresy, absolute heresy.
I think that I don't know how it'll happen, but I think if I'm not on the payroll anyway, if there is going to be a other homage, and if it were to stay in the same theme, maybe he's part of the Tideborn, maybe somebody green with like a corn cob type sword. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
I can't imagine who you might be talking about. Somebody with fins.
I'm just saying that guy feels like he'd be very natural, in this environment.
Natural fit. Yeah, I was just.
He could be like a warlord of the ocean of sorts.
It's a coral sword. Come on, it's a coral. Okay, it's been established. The damn thing's made of coral. Okay.
No. I've seen Charybdis. I now know what a coral sword looks like.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I'll go the opposite way. It is it is a lobster's tail. Okay, like seriously, it is a lobster's tail. All right, let's pick one. All right, it's some sort of crustacean.
So,
right?
Terrence, are you talking about maybe like a corn boy or homage?
No, it could be a double.
Right.
It could be a two.
Right.
It could work on two levels. You know,
I like that. I like that.
You're saying that
I mean,
like
our friend Sumi Das did something very similar, with a figure in his Rayquaza was very similar. So I mean, I could see that working.
I love the homage figures for the Four Horsemen. They're some of the best. The round, they look so great. It's possible. Obviously, like I would love to see another one. I mean, you already got Skeleton. I mean, you already got a purple. Yellow Skeld.
Got a pretty heavy hitter as far as the nostalgia wagon goes.
I would say though, you had said earlier about about like the beginning. If you could go back 10 years ago to Mythic Legions, I feel like a lot of people talk if they had a time machine, all the wonderful things they would do in history, all the things they'd want to witness. I just want to go back like 12 years and actually invest in the original Kickstarter for Mythic Legions like multiple times over. You know what I mean? Stockpile those things and on that point, this is the first wave of Tide Realm Corsairs. I mean, just think 12 years from now, you could be
some
seeing
appreciation.
I wish I had backed it when I had the chance.
Yeah.
Like now.
Ryan's going to sell
now.
his double all
Don't
in
wait.
for
Go do it now.
$1,000.
I love it.
We'll buy a whole new home just because he did all the art for Tide Realm. I love.
We're
this
just
plan.
investing. Yeah, I'm just an investor at this point, just an emotional investor.
This is the first step of Sea Horseman. You know what I mean? Sea Horseman Studios.
77T John might have already been answered, but will we be able to congratulate you in person at this year's Legions Conquest?
I hope if it doesn't happen, it will happen the next year. There's so many logistics it takes to getting there from where we're at. It's pretty hard to give a yes or no to that one, but the sentiment means the world. And that seriously, I can't thank people enough for that.
Absolutely. Snell's World.
Just to get him out there.
Snell basically said, I pledge Death Mold, Morningstar, and the Skeleton Brothers. It's the Skeletor Brothers.
We don't care what you call them, just invest in them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, doesn't matter what they're called.
Snell backs a lot of projects.
Quade's pretty small. He could come back right into a suitcase. I'm just saying, we could get him to Legions Con one way or the other. Maybe a pet carrier. I'm not sure.
Garbage Day says congratulations. Luigi says watching this as the power went out in my entire neighborhood here in Dallas Fort Worth.
Oh man.
And that's why you don't wait till the last minute to back a Kickstarter. You never know if the power might go out.
It's so crazy. It is absolutely so crazy. Snell, will there be a pirate ship place at the CC? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it's
Talk about being an investor.
I'm telling you, this is a destiny. It has to be. It has to be.
So
Luigi,
maybe like a wave of 30 figures, and each one comes with a piece of the ship. It's like a 30-figure build a ship.
Yeah.
Didn't they do that with a Star Trek line where they kind of built the deck of the Enterprise or something like that?
Yeah, for the first movie, you built the bridge.
Luigi says, having a baby in August, I backed some. Couldn't let it pass. Well, dude,
That's
congratulations.
awesome, especially with the baby on the way. Seriously.
You're building your own action figure. I mean,
just think you're investing
You did
in
it
the
the
child's
traditional
college
way.
future by backing Tide Realm Corsairs right now.
Exactly.
Did it the traditional way.
Never too early to start thinking about it.
One to take out of the box, one to keep for later for future. You know what I mean?
Junkion comes back in with Death Mold.
He's still moldy. It's still growing. Love it.
They're going to be from like the Mirrorverse of Tide Realm Corsairs. Death Mold will be like the more evil twin.
We legitimately considered doing some,
or the
like,
good
special
twin, maybe
fan service unlock for somebody that like pledged a certain amount and do this like green flocked exclusive of Death
Oh,
Mold
no.
and call him Death
Robo is
Mold.
out. Robo has just like left the building. He's like, no flock.
No
Leave me.
flocking. Heck with that flocking.
Flock you, man. That's what he said.
Yes, exactly.
Flock you, dude. Snell's World. I like backing these projects because you're helping people dreams come true. Absolutely. Thank you.
I love
so much.
Means World.
Always great. The Collector YouTube just backed. What's everybody's personal favorite?
That's a great question.
Dude, I already said it, but what's everybody else's personal favorite? Skeletor.
I was going to say, I think the guy in the middle is not very
Skeletor's
subtle about it.
long lost cousin. He's been lost.
Kelpor. I keep telling you, it's Kelpor.
I really like Charybdis a lot, just because I really like all of those little details in him. I really
Eric is sitting right there.
I know. I'm talking about the sculpts. I love Eric's paint jobs, and he knows that. He knows. I am like the biggest Eric Miller fangirl out there, besides his wife. His wife is definitely a bigger fangirl. But I, like you can't beat Eric's paint apps. They're so good. They're so good.
Jackie on. Get the flock in my collection. This was really good. Supoivius. I'm doing the Gentleman of Fortune all in 3 coral wraiths with some of the other add-ins. Thank you,
That's
brother.
fantastic.
That is awesome.
That sounds like a great way to get yourself right into the backer kit later on. Just saying.
Jordan Gonzalez has figured it out. The theoretical swashbuckler with the chest of steamed hams is my favorite.
Good old Jordan. I love it. I love
Eric,
it.
what was your favorite part to paint out of Alistair or Deathmoid?
Yeah, I would love to hear about that.
I'm incredibly proud of the work that I did on both of them. I'm so honored to have been able to work on these figures. I love them so much. I was just talking to Quaid about this, I think yesterday or the day before, but there's some of my favorite things I've ever done. That being said, like, I love Deathmoid. Like, that's the one that speaks to me. I'm all about the skeletons and the monsters, but even beyond being able to work on the line, Charybdis is probably my favorite of the 3 initial.
It brings
characters.
a lot of uniqueness
Yeah,
to the table.
and Sherry just killed it on the paint job. I mean, as if she wouldn't, right?
Did she
I mean, she's
physically
a legend.
snap it out of your hands?
She's got a little bit of seniority on me, like just a little bit. So I'll be first to say Sherry gets to do whatever.
Sherry called
wants to
dibs. I
do.
think first the CB said, yeah.
The Collector YT, I think everyone says Cardibus. I think people are because Collector YT is asking. I'll add another figure. Which one? I think a lot of people saying Cardibus. I think that people are going crazy. And jumping in really quick, we have just hit 209,000.
Nice.
So we're on the final 2 minutes.
That's incredible.
$209,055. We can do it, guys. 1 minute.
I'm going to answer the other question that was just on the screen. So he said, what figure should he get? I think he should get Brine Jaw.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If you can only get one more figure, I would say go for Brine Jaw because he is the exclusive. It is 3 very distinct heads all in that same character. So you almost get like a piece of every faction.
Yeah, he's pretty much 3 toys in one.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. We're just climbing to 210 just before the final the final 2 minutes. So let's get there, guys. 210,000.
So I have a question for Eric while we're here. Like, so with the figures that have not been painted yet, is there like one of the stretch goal characters or that you would really like a shot at?
We did it. $210,400. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys so much. Oh my God! Thank you guys so much. Congratulations! And it keeps climbing. Look at that. $210,685. Guys, thank you so much. Congratulations, Quaid. In the final few seconds, literally 100 seconds to go. We are just climbing past 210,000, and it keeps going. 211,000. Last 93 seconds to go, guys. Please continue. Let's get to 215. I would love to get to 215. Holy crap! You guys are making it happen too. I love it, guys. Thank you so much. For everybody out there who's backed this project, to all 823 of you, you guys have made an incredible dream come true. A wonderful toy line. Pirates are back, everybody. Pirates are back in the action figure sphere. And yeah, let's see if it actually makes it. 60
Tide Realm
literally
is here to stay.
the last minute to go. 59 seconds. Here we go, guys. We're in the red. Last chance to get in on this, and it seems like a lot of you are getting in on it. So let's see how far we can get, because 215 would be incredible. Quaid, last thoughts before this finally winds down. Do you want to thank anybody? Like, what are your thoughts right now?
I would like to shake all 824, hopefully it's even more in the next several seconds, folks' hands. I'm not a big hugger. I'd be giving folks hugs. It's just
some of them might have hooks.
Yeah, exactly. You guys have brought a dream come true, and it's something that I am never going to stop thanking backers for. And that mission to make the best pirate toys possible is exactly what that thank you letter is going to be. I am excited to get to work. I can't wait to talk to Bill tomorrow and start getting ready.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it is done, everybody. Congratulations. Oh my gosh, absolutely bonkers. Finally ending on a total of $211,655 on $823. Congratulations, Quaid.
Congrats, Quaid.
What a campaign. Terrence, thank you so much for all your hard work going, and of course, I can't forget. Gina, thank you so much. I don't want to leave you guys
Happy
out.
to.
Seriously, this has been quite an incredible run, and yeah, 211,000 on a $155,000 ask. Quite, this is monumental. You've made history. You have made history. So congratulations.
I imagine the tears are probably going to start coming tomorrow when reality sets in, because I just can't. I can't stop thanking you guys enough, and the fact that I'm sitting with everybody that's helped me get here. You know, Terrence, thank you for putting this together. Period. Thank you guys for showing up.
Jay, thank you for doing this. I want to put this together, so thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Jay. No, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure, guys. You know, I've always wanted to see good projects and good people, you know, succeed. And of course, you know, this project is something that has been a long time coming. You have a great team behind you, Quaid. People who support you, who love you, and you know, congratulations to both of you. You know, you and your lovely wife, and everything is that's led up to this moment. I mean, like, this is having done this, you know, myself with you know, I know what it takes, and you need the support. You know what I mean? You need the people to be behind you, and
it's irreplaceable. You just cannot do this by yourself at all. I would never have even tried, and each and every one of you guys have been an answered prayer. I needed assistance, and there was not a single time where there's probably some folks that would like to strong arm through it, and there's a part of me that wanted to, but there was no part of me that was ever kidding myself that it wouldn't take everybody who was willing, everybody who was able, and I just don't get tired of saying thank you.
There's a lot that could be said about the team too, but Quaid, I mean, like, this is all you and Abigail. I mean, it's your vision. You did this, man. Like, this is something super special, and you should be very, very proud. So
I can't wait
while I'm sure like Terrence and Gina and people like me and the other guys at the studio would love to take credit for how successful this has been, the reality of it is it's your vision, and you're the one that made it happen. So just congrats, man.
Thank you so much.
We've been very privileged to be able to bring this to people, you know, and you know, all along the path, you know, we've known that this is only possible because of the idea that you had, and, you know, the idea that you were willing to even entrust me with the ability to go out there and show it to people, you know what I mean? And we're glad that people were receptive to it. Again, a lot of people told us they were already seeing this already, but to be able to see it in person, you know, it was a great pleasure to do this with you and with Ryan and with everybody involved. You know, it was great being up at the different cons with the people involved, whether it was Cornboy or George or Eric, you know, at the different shows. And, you know, being able to see the progress as we were seeing followers, as we were seeing people getting ready for when it went live on Kickstarter. And then, of course, you know, everybody who got involved with giving us the opportunity to do live streams to talk about it, who, you know, carried it on like their Instagram pages, passed it on to let other people know about it. It's really been fantastic, but it starts with you know what I mean? And Abigail.
Thank you guys so much. Seriously, I can't wait to, well, honestly, fall in each other's arms and finally have a sense of relief after a year and a half. It's just, oh, I don't know how long it's going to take for my body to process all this.
But for me, I get to hang up this hat for a while. And I was just going to tell Jay, you know, I'm going to start my workout regimen tomorrow because I'm hoping that I can don the luchador mask to take El Dragoon on the road. And, you know, really champion for the El Dragoon action figure to, you know, from you and Danny Green, you know, to bring it to as many cons as I can, you know, because I want to do the same thing for you guys because, you know, this pirate outfit's been fun, but people have wanted to see me in spandex and a luchador mask. So that starts.
If not that, then dressed as Hamburglar. There's really only 2 years.
Wave 2. That's in 2 years.
Yeah,
as long as you keep the spandex on, dude, I'll 100%. We got you.
So spandex starts tomorrow with the workout regimen, but once I can go back to eating carbs again for the hamburgers, wave 2. That's what I'm saying.
I can't wait to see Terrence in the swashbuckler costume. That is like
that's literally the IP we're gonna have to go with now. He's just gonna be called the swashbuckler.
Grapes are very slimming. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
So good. Sean McLaughlin says, "How long will it be available for the additional late pledging?"
Indefinitely. So far, we're not closing that at any time soon.
Keep buying, guys. Just keep buying, and we might unlock that 2-pack. You never know. Duck Collector, let's go. 77 John, super happy to be on board for the maiden voyage of the Tide into the Tide Realms. Duck Collector, now need a ship. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you guys. Like, Supervious, I had to get on this. Captain Morningstar looks like my D&D character. There you go.
Nice.
I think I had this person tell me exactly that recently. That was so cool to hear.
Yeah, Luigi. One day when I'm old and retired, I have nothing better to do. In my backyard, I'll build a massive ship to scale with all these and all the other figures.
I'm gonna need fiction because I'll be in like my 40s.
Join the club, brother. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's not like you're surrounded by 40+ year olds. Some of us are 50. Some of us are 50. Like, you know. But you're only as young as you feel. Trust me, and I feel fucking old. Anyway, Swashbuckler rules the steamy ass, the steamy seas. I don't know why I said the other thing. I had no idea. That's just me being tired.
Aaron set the precedent.
Old and tired. That's what it is.
He's old.
Wait, congratulations, my friend. If you're just joining us, everybody, Tide Realms has fully funded number 1. Number 2 has actually overfunded and unlocked multiple different tiers on the backs of 824 backers pledging $211,726 US to help bring this project to life. Congratulations, Quaid. And you know, Abigail, you guys.
Oh gosh, the emotions are still so heavy right now.
I know, just crazy. Getting into that realm, I know, right? Pretty much, right?
It's time for the
I'm high on these toys. I'm high on these toys, Junkie. Sean McLaughlin, I see a few ships being made in 3D printing files. Nothing made for sale yet, but I could see one soon. Brother, we've already popped up a whole bunch of examples.
Oh yeah,
you can find some customizers doing it right now. Actually, you know what, Terrence, tell him that one that you found.
Well, so what I'm aware of right now is that obviously we saw that there was a great custom made by Jimmy Haravex. I don't think that's for sale. Well, it was for sale. It was sold at IshCon, but it was a one-of-a-kind type dio made for the show and then sold to a private collector. However, there are dios that are being, sorry, not dios, 3D printed files that are being made by guys like Jason the Demon Rodriguez. Not quite pirate ships, but different ships. I mean, Stefan Delator has also made some great stuff from Detour Customs. that are more along the Viking ship kind of look. But, you know, I think that we will see, this is a good example of the work of Steph Delator here, which right now I have my Highland Warrior in here, but if you want to blow this up and show it, but this is a smaller ship, but it is incredible.
Nice.
You know, now this is very modular. So, I mean, technically you could take off the Viking accoutrements and make it into a more standard slip of some sort. But, you know, the idea being that, you know, there are people out there that are making files. And I think, honestly, anytime a new project like this comes about, there's always more opportunity for customizers to see the need for it and get behind making more files for things like this. I know that Jason just did something like a 36-inch long ship that was also at IshCon as well. So, I mean, again, I think that we will see ships. They may not necessarily come directly from, say, Four Horsemen Studios as an example, but I think that I mean, you've talked about customizers, and that's definitely out there, and there's so much that people can make with foam and with 3D printing. I think there will be avenues, you know what I mean, for those who are truly looking for a ship. You know, we have probably 18 months to 2 years till these figures are in hand. I think that's going to give people plenty of time to come up with some new ideas for how they want to see that. I wouldn't be surprised if 2 years from now you have multiple options in ships. You know, if they're truly something you want, there are people who take commissions. There are people who, you know, will probably build an STL file and make it available for sale. And I think with more and more people I know have 3D printers, you know what I mean? So I think that you will see options. You know, I think that there are some companies that have talked about making ships. I think trying to get them on the commercial market is going to be tough. You know what I mean? I just think the size and, you know, the fact of what a minimum size order would be for something of that size and that cost is probably very challenging, you know, to mass produce something like that. I think it's going to really come down to people wanting something like that, getting a 3D file made and then printing it. That's my guess, you know, but I don't think that's going to be as inaccessible as some people think it is. So.
There are definitely options and so many different creators out there who are making just some incredible stuff, including Quaid and Abigail. Congratulations, Quaid. Like both of you guys have done an incredible job. And of course, the Four Horsemen, thank you guys for all the work you guys have been putting into this. Just absolutely. It became the Four Horsemen stream for a while. I mean, it literally was. Like everybody was basically here.
Yeah.
But
as soon as I showed up, they all left.
So I'd like to give Quaid the last word for tonight as we log off. Quaid, please let us know what your thoughts and how you plan to top this one.
Top this one. Well, how we plan to top the Kickstarter is to provide the high quality toys that the Kickstarter has already promised. That's going to be our sole duty in the next several months, is making sure that process is as effective and streamlined as possible. And I can't thank everybody enough. I know I've said it 1,000 times and I'm going to keep saying it until everybody has their toys in their hands, but this means the world. This is a place that I never expected to be standing in amongst so many things that mean so much to me, and the fact that I get to contribute to that world is a time for our rejoicing.
I was about to say, did we lose Quaid for a second?
He was frozen with emotion. I think he was just so overcome. He just had to take a moment to.
Yeah.
I do have my wife paging me. I know she'd love to get to celebrating, so I can't thank you guys enough for everything. Can't wait to connect again tomorrow, continue the celebration, and I can't wait to see you again. Thanks so much for everything.
Absolutely. All right.
Thank you for having such a wonderful vision.
You're most welcome, Gina.
Quaid,
We'll talk to
you and Abigail, and we will see you guys next time. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Hope you're all doing well, staying safe, and as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching.
Have a
good
great
journey,
night.
everybody, and keep proud. Take care. This May 23rd and 24th in Torrance, California. Masters of the Universe fans will unite for Motooniverse. Now the fans have the power. The He-Man and She-Ra convention, celebrating 44 years of the Masters of the Universe. Featuring special guests, Blade from the Masters of the Universe movie, Anthony DeLongis, the voice of Skeletor, Alan Oppenheimer, and the voice of She-Ra, Melendi Brent. At the Torrance Marriott Hotel, California. Tickets on sale now on MotooniverseCon.com. Don't miss out.